claw.
Toys, 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 manly toys, 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 toys,
and TV and movies too. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Toy Duo. We're back. It's Saturday. It's noon. We were gone last week. I don't know what happened. The internet just came to a complete screeching halt. Nobody was able to get on with their weekend because we weren't here to do a show.
Yeah,
I think it was after effect of the eclipse.
it felt really strange.
There was no new toys last week.
Everybody had their eclipse class. Yeah, no new toys last week at all. Anyways, let's introduce everybody. We got co-hoster with the Moster, and Fuller's Figures has joined us. He's got permission from the boss,
the Warrant Office.
Finally caught up to that bus from the intro.
Finally, the Rick has come back, and we got John Fist wearing a Superman shirt.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And then Sir Eric Brown is down at the bottom.
There's a new John Fist action figure, isn't there?
John Fist.
Did
Power Man?
anyone actually pre-order that one?
Fist.
Yeah, there is.
Iron Fist, yeah.
Let's say hi to some people in the chat. We got Gary's Grills to say hello, everybody. Gerard Kane.
Even though everyone hates him, I like Iron Fist. I think he's a cool character.
I think he's a cool character too. Sunny Sundries. Sir Eric Brown is also in the chat.
Also,
Fuller's Figures is in the chat.
So this is really strange. So I lost a claw. Okay. So
That's
this
awful.
guy has been sitting on the shelf with missing a claw. And I had this Target bag.
Throw it away.
This Target bag with like a couple of action figures in it that I just found and picked up. And in the bottom of the bag, I was like, what's that little thing? Oh, it's Wolverine's claw. Like, why was it in this?
wow.
How did it
Wait,
get in there?
well, that's the bag you used to transport him over to your new toy room.
I think so.
And he was clawing his way out. He was trying to get out, but his plastic adamantium claw was not strong enough to cut through a Target bag. That's why you paid 10 cents for that thing.
It's a miracle you found it.
10 cents for a plastic
That's
bag.
what I was thinking, Eric. Yeah, that's like.
Do you have
needle
a
in haystack.
Vern Labs?
Nothing more
accessory?
infuriating than this
Daddy?
accessory, is there?
I saw it in the store, but I didn't buy it.
Let me ask John a question, or you guys a question. Who has to pay 10 cents for a plastic bag if they want
Yeah, I know. That's why
plastic bag at the store?
No, nobody.
We actually do not even have plastic bags in Canada anymore.
Wow.
They're not
Is that
a
a-
thing.
That's right.
Is that a California state law or something?
Well,
some
in
sort of
Canada,
tax.
Canada.
And it's for stores that are like grocery stores or whatever. So anywhere where there's like groceries, they can't just give you a bag, you have to pay for it.
We had that for about a year. It was like Walmart was charging like 3 cents or whatever it was. And now they just don't have them. If you want a bag, you got to pay $2 for one of their cloth reusable ones.
Yeah.
Or bring your own.
If you do that drive up pickup at Target, they try to like tack on $1 charge.
Huh.
And they claim it's a bag fee.
I've seen in the States that I think Target was a store, they're getting rid of their self-checkout lanes. And I've seen people actually complain. That's how I saw like a post. People are like, oh, they're getting rid of them. I won't shop there anymore. We're the opposite in Canada.
I think that was
They
Walmart.
keep adding self-checkouts and having like one person working at a till. You know, it's pretty insane because you see lots of elderly people and they don't want to scan and bag their own groceries. And
But
We
those
have a-
places that have
we have a-
self-checkouts have checkout lanes you can scan online for.
We have a
no, but I've
Walmart
heard in the
near.
States they're getting rid of them now.
Yeah,
You know
we have
what's
a Walmart near us where there's no registers anymore. It's all self-checkout.
what's funny? Most of the Targets by me have 2 different sections of self-checkout lanes, and they always like they never have both of them going. They only, if anything, they only have one of them. So like one of them's always decommissioned at any point in time, which is like it kind of defeats the purpose.
So here's a little secret about Target. If you have the one that has that food up at the front, like the little mini pizzas or something like that, there's usually like a checkout stand, a self checkout right next to the little snack stuff.
Oh,
You can go there and buy all your stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
And there's never a line.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't know about it.
You get like
Blindfolds
stared
behind
at.
there.
You get looked at pretty weird if you rolled up to like the snack bar, or Starbucks, and in Target and tried to.
Oh, not
check out.
in the Starbucks, like right out in my Target. I'll take a picture of it one day. It's like right outside of the Starbucks. There's a thing where it has like the Target snacks. It's like
there's a separate thing. Okay.
Little pizzas or whatever.
It has little
in
mini
between.
pizzas and a yeah.
There's a
Okay.
self checkout right there,
Popcorn,
but you can
there's
just
popcorn.
roll up and then
Okay.
just start scanning your stuff there, and nobody
Okay.
says a thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's popcorn there, little pizzas.
All right, Paul Morales.
Well, you want to know something about Walmart? This was interesting. So on Monday when I was working for Lego, I was talking to the manager, and somehow we got on the subject of the robots. So there used to be a robot that was cleaning the floor, a robot with a big light bar on it that was scanning the shelves for stuff that was out.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, where'd all the robots? Yeah, I was like, yeah, I haven't seen the robots in like months. I was like, where'd they all go? And he's like, oh yeah, Walmart went back on their robot policy, and they there's no more. There's not going to be any more robots in Walmart.
We got the robot, floor cleaners here.
He said that people kept messing with them, so they would put like T-shirts over the light bar so that it couldn't scan any of the stuff.
Well, ours,
Or they
if
would put-
you walk by,
They were parking strollers in front of the cleaner robot, so it wouldn't go because so it would just stop in the aisle instead of going around because they would think someone's in the way, So
You'd like to think though that some executive went home and watched Terminator and went, "Oh, that's it, scrap
No,
the robot."
Have you seen that show? That they used to have a show called Superstore on NBC.
Yeah,
It was like a
yeah.
fake Walmart. They had like
Yeah.
a robot in the back, and it like went berserk or something like that.
Yeah, they did, yeah. But he was telling me that I had heard about this at one of my Walmarts. I saw a video where it was like coming soon to Walmart and stuff. And one of my Walmarts has like a video screen when you walk in about that shows Walmart ads and like what's coming up. And they talked about robot grocery carts. And I asked the guy, I was like, did they ever test or do the robot grocery carts? And he's like, yeah. He goes, that failed too. He's like, they did some test cities, and the way it worked was you would open up the Walmart app, and it had a thing on there. If your participating Walmart was using robot shopping carts, you would scan a barcode that's on the handle, and it was basically like a shopping cart with like a big motor on it, and it would lock itself to your app. And then you could walk through the store and it would follow you. So, because it would be connected to your phone. So it would just follow you around the store as you're walking. And then when you got to your car and emptied everything out, you would just click a button on your app that said go home. And the cart would drive from your car back to the store and park itself in its indoor.
How many cars did that hit on the way back to the store?
Yeah, so they were like,
How was
people
it
were
dumping
messing with
groceries
them
in your
the
car?
whole way. They were like putting stuff in the way and causing traffic jams with
I
all
could
the
just-
robot
Does it
shopping
just back
carts.
up
I can
and-
see
and
this
dump it
cart
in?
like driving down the aisle and turning right. None of those wheels are
Or
straight
yeah,
on
what
the
if it has a
car.
bum wheel and it's like, yeah. But he was like, people messed with the robots so much that eventually Walmart said, screw it, we're not doing robots.
That's
Like,
messed up. Those things were fun to watch though, and their accuracy was amazing. I don't think
Yeah.
I ever saw any of them hit anything. They were always like, I don't know if there's sensors or if there's something that was in,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the floor design, but I mean they were, obviously except for people messing with them, they were flawless operation in the ones that I saw.
Forget cow tipping. We're going cart tipping.
yeah,
It's cool and all, but I just see it like every time they put in like a self checkout or freaking mopping robot, it just takes away jobs. Especially
does.
in
That's what
Canada, like a lot of
that was
those
the point.
jobs
Yeah.
are refugees or handicapped people, like our Walmart
You can't say that word.
No, you just got to
disabled,
You just got canceled.
disabled. retired.
Nope.
Check
Throw
the
that one in there.
germs.
They're
That's like
specially
Walmart feeders.
no, they're especially
And they're also
especially
responsible for
able.
bringing like the baskets to the front door so you can get your buggies and baskets. But there's never any baskets because the guy's sitting there in a wheelchair and he's not able to. Like it's kind of weird, but I appreciate people getting work no matter what their situation is. And I get followed by the security guards, plainclothes guys.
Oh yeah,
Every once in a while. That's so obvious, man. They're like
I do
peeking around the corner.
I do while I'm working. I'm
don't know why,
working
Rick.
there
You
for
don't look
Lego
shady.
and they follow me around.
No groceries at all in their hands, but you have to walk around the store for 20 minutes.
Rick, you don't look shady enough for that.
Yeah, well, they're trying to catch a glimpse of Sasquatch, man.
I heard if you go to Target wearing a red shirt, people ask you where stuff is.
They do.
I wasn't even wearing a red shirt recently at a Target, and someone was asking me where something was, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't work here. I just kept walking.
That's funny. Speaking of getting help, Jonathan has a good point here. We got the self-checkouts, but then they always have people nearby, if not more than one, to show them how to use it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's true. At the Vons, across the street from where I live, the lady that's always assigned to that, she gets so frustrated with everybody, and she's just the meanest person.
It's like everyone's trying to check out with booze and whatnot. They need to card everyone, or
they don't let
yeah.
you.
You guys have booze, right?
alcohol at those self checkouts.
Yeah, they need to check everything. Yeah, it's really strange.
And our self checkouts too. Like, say we have a bank of like 20 of them. They have one staff member that kind of controls 3 of them. So, like, if you go there like noon on a Saturday, there'll be like 6 of the 20 self checkouts open, and there's lineups because there's only 2 or 3 people working at that exit or entrance of the store. And so they're drastically cutting the jobs over since the COVID kind of happened. It's
the COVID.
So it kind of sucks.
All right.
Because you don't see small stores doing it.
Let's say hi to Jumpy McClunky, Mod Extra Games. Let's see. Paul Morales came in. We have. Who am I missing? I'm missing somebody here.
You got Jumpy, Paul, and Mod Extra, right?
Yeah, Mod Extra.
I think that was it.
Is it an IG-88 grenade?
What?
No, it's a Tic Tac.
Oh,
I thought you were trying to like pinch a fly or something.
All right, we talked about this like a couple of weeks ago, and then there's a rumor that popped up that the original Silver Surfer is reportedly still appearing in the Fantastic Four. Yet
So
Marvel
he's gonna
Studios
morph
does not
with the girl?
confirm the claims that were made in the report. So does this make everybody happy now?
So the guy and the girl are going to morph together. I see them as one.
I think she gets her powers from him.
It doesn't really matter to me as long as the thing is in it and it takes place in the 50s.
Yeah.
I'm
It
just
says
looking
clobbering
forward
time.
to
That way I can prove Vernon wrong.
About
He's got
what?
to say clobbering time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got Silver Scratch here.
Oh, Silver Scratch. He's asking about Rebel Moon. We were talking about that. I watched 37 minutes of it and fast forwarded through the rest. Oh, we were talking about that before we started.
Because the middle is just a big slow motion action scene, right? It takes 3.5 hours.
We'll get to that. Hold on. We'll get to that. Second set of news is if you're watching Fallout, they decided that because there's resurgence in the game, they're going to add the ability to make the characters from the TV show for your Fallout 76 gameplay.
Cool.
It's cool that they do this kind of thing with the games, the modern games. That you can add characters or skins, whatever they call it,
Yeah.
to existing games that you already own. I guess you have to buy them somehow, but I mean, at least it's instead of making a new game and selling it for $70 US or whatever they sell for now.
The cool thing about this is they actually, what I didn't clip was they gave you all the characters, like their powers or abilities or whatever, what you get when you make one of these characters. Did everybody watch Fallout?
They do cost money, right?
Not yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet. I mean, I will, but not yet.
All right.
It was
Anybody?
okay. I wasn't blown away by it. It was mildly entertaining, and
The trailer didn't blow me away.
No.
yeah,
It
I
was
did watch Ark. I liked Ark, the dinosaur one.
the first episode was a little bit because there was that really bloody, gory kind of like fight scene in the first one or whatever. But like it caught on. Like it caught on for me. Like the first episode was okay. I know they had to introduce it. I never played the game or anything like that. So after we get through that first episode, I ended up really liking it. And I
Have you
wish,
finished it?
yeah, I finished it. I wish though that I had maybe watched like 2 episodes a week.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, I've
this-
heard that's
this-
one
that's just
complaint
doing
people have
as well,
had
yeah.
is they wanted it week by week, but that's
Yeah.
a weird thing to complain about. That means you can control your viewing.
Yeah, I wish I would have been more like I'm going to wait till next week to watch those next 2 episodes or something instead of the next day. You know what I mean? Like, because now I'm like wishing like, oh, I wish that I had a couple more episodes to watch, but it's over. And I'm like, oh, well, it would have given me more time to think about the episodes that I did see.
But I get it. Like that's why I enjoyed Andor, partially because it was a weekly thing, and I looked forward to the upcoming show. And same with the Shogun now. Like I'm excited the day I can watch it. I watch it, it's as soon as I can because I'm not going to get spoiled, but I mean I'm interested in it. And then I got to wait another week for the next episode because they always have a little bit of a cliffhanger or something going on. But so I do like the week to week stuff, and I don't think I could control myself if it was all at once. You'd waste your whole Saturday or whatever watching a whole series. But I don't know. I prefer the week by week.
Yeah, I wish it would have, but I did like the show. I did like all the characters, and I like the way it played out. And from what I understand, because I never played the game, the show actually gives you some additional backstory you didn't get from the game.
Like if you dropped all 52 episodes, 224 of the Toy Duo team at once, would people watch all 122 hours of it?
Yeah, probably. And
I'm gonna binge it.
Look, I got my Pip-Boy on my Apple Watch. That's kind of cool.
How cool is that?
Nerd credit.
Bonus point.
All right. Anyways, then I pulled up these little highlights. You got Rick's looking forward to Sasquatch Sunset, which many people just
Wait, they're walking out of it because it's so gross? Jeez.
Yeah, they were saying, the article was saying something, or what I was hearing, I don't think it was this article. They were saying that they spend a lot of time about like
Having sex?
no
Grooming.
body examination or something like that. It was the way they like put it, like they're discovering how their body works or something like that. But they spend like
That looks hilarious.
a lot
I
of time.
do that. I do that.
They're grooming.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, that Jesse Eisenberg said this was his labor of love. So I'm like, this guy is so hard.
Yeah,
Anyways.
Jonathan, I agree with that too. Like people aren't talking about it for 6 and 7, 8 weeks. They're talking about it for like a week, and then it's old news. Like the Fallout, it's had some talk over the past week or so, but
Yeah, it's
there
going to be
won't
gone.
be talk about it in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
gonna-
see anyone
yeah.
talk about
That's
Fallout.
Like
why-
if they were to drop some more merchandise or toys, like it wouldn't be as in demand a month from now.
Like McFarlane dropped those movie maniacs for the Fallout.
Yeah, but he dropped them well before. Like he dropped
And
them
they're
a month
sold
ago.
out, so you can't get them.
Well, I
Anyways,
think they're still pre-orderable. I don't think they
not on
unless
their website. And then Amazon says unavailable. Click here for alternate, whatever. And I think they're just overpriced now. The second one here is Christian Bale is going to apparently play Frankenstein in a movie called The Bride.
I thought that Frankenstein was like all like big and monstrous, not just thin and little.
Well, I think what he's captured here in Frankenstein is the voice. I'm Frankenstein.
Oh yeah.
I can see it. The picture looks cool.
Frankenstein.
No, I'm Frankenstein's monster, not Frankenstein.
Correct.
Well, whatever he says. Maybe he'll say, if he says it, it's going to be hilarious.
Damsel
Frankenstein.
flashing its way to most watched films ever. Really?
Yeah, I guess that's part of his licensing deal, Jonathan. Like,
Is
'cause
that
like
on
to
right
see
now?
with his movie Maniacs, they're like 6-inch statues, like these Fallout figures and the Rocky ones, and now what? The Dude and
Yeah.
a couple other like
The 40-year-old
40-year-old version guy, which would have been great if they flocked that hair as opposed to painted
That would have
on.
been
Like,
hilarious. Yeah,
so
the
Vern
hair
used
that
to get
wasn't
it and
the
flock
hair
it.
that wasn't pulled off. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a great custom.
All right, and then the
But
last. Oh, go
the
ahead.
movie, the Music Maniacs. So far, he's got Alice Cooper and Ozzy Osbourne. They're posable 6-inch action
Yeah, which
figures.
makes no sense to me whatsoever. But
No,
whatever.
so he's got 38 different scales and styles now.
Like the dude's, he's gonna. You know what I realize is like he makes probably $10,000-$15,000 of each thing, and then they're like, if we basically sell out of one of them, we're good. It'll pay for the rest.
There you
Question
go.
for
Right,
you,
right.
Vern. Do you
What?
see McFarlane's at like Ollie's and Ross?
Once in a
Yeah, some of
while
the
I do,
multiverse stuff.
Some of it or lots of it? Because when I see like videos, I see like
like 2 or 3.
hundreds and
Have, like,
hundreds of Marvel Legends and Turtles.
No,
and
what you
GIJOEs.
see are like hundreds and hundreds of the same Marvel Legends.
Yeah.
Right? Like, or
I don't see
the
hundreds
same,
at any of my stores. I see like 5 at each store I go to.
Well, recent videos from Rebels, Reptiles, and Games Ed, he went to like Ollie's and Ross, and they had like an aisle of just Marvel Legends, like 8 up to the ceiling, like
That's
steel
Ollie's.
cases
That's Ollie's.
and
Oh,
But-
that might be
or
Ollie.
Ollie's.
I'm going to go
But
to
what-
Ollie's tomorrow. Yeah, I'll let you
That's
know.
a
I'm
lot.
going to Ollie's tomorrow.
But
that's
the
more
thing
than like
is,
all retailers in Canada.
hold on, Rick. What you got to pay attention to is what were those Marvel Legends? They're all Eternals figures at Ollie's.
They
Yeah,
probably are, yeah.
Yeah, like not one person ever bought one Eternals figure.
Eternals and mine has the X-Men still. That one.
Yeah.
And I see like your boys' toy aisles from a lot of everyone's toy hunts too. Dino's and you, Vern. You guys have a lot of Ninja Turtle toys, like
Oh,
like
yeah.
100
I haven't seen
different
that many. It's like
SKUs.
I could never put together like a complete set.
Mod extras, right?
So many like children's and then
Yeah.
redos of the Playmates and then other movie ones. Like there's so many different ones.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
the Shang-Chi
And it's-
figures, it seemed like there was 1 or 2 that are sought after, and the rest of them are just available. Like nobody wanted that Target exclusive one, right? With Aquafina, except for me. Anyways, the last one that I pulled up was Damsel. It's apparently slashing its way into Netflix most watched films list.
Is that
ever.
that's on right now?
That is out right now. Have you guys seen it?
No,
I
don't
did.
know
It was
it's out
okay.
yet.
It was all right.
It's
No.
about
When
it.
did it come out?
It's like a month
A few
ago.
weeks ago. Yeah, a few
Oh.
weeks ago.
Yeah, it's about a girl who like she's like the princess in a town where they're running out of stuff. It's really cold. She gets promised off to some prince, and they're going to take care of the family, and the next thing you know, they made some deal with a dragon that they have to sacrifice royal blood, like 3 people every year or something like that. So they're
Oh
constant.
wait, is that the one where they try to throw her down in a pit after she gets married?
Yeah,
Yes.
they do.
Yeah, I
They
did
do.
see that
Yeah,
one.
they
Yeah,
do.
I did see that.
Yeah, it's,
Apparently it's because it's the only thing on Netflix worth watching.
it's kind of like Lord of the Rings and Willow combined, but more like Willow because it's kind of supposed to be a little funny, I think. But it was a good watch once.
I think that other one that they did, what was it called? The Princess or whatever. The one with Joey King where she was locked in a tower and she had to fight her way down the tower.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
That one was way better than this one, I thought.
Was it? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I had a character named Starbold Skinny.
What in D&D?
Well, he used to fight Chow Yun Fat.
Tangled.
No, not Tangled. I'll look it up so we can get the name of it. Hold on.
No, Starbold Skinny always fought Chow Yun Fat.
Who?
Starbold Skinny always fought Chow Yun Fat in my like scenarios.
Are those real people's names?
The Princess is what it was called.
Princess.
Yeah.
Giant
Yeah,
fat
that
one though.
I have not seen that one.
It was on Hulu. And she's like
Yeah,
the
it was good.
princess, and then when the castle gets stormed, she's stuck up
She
in the
beats
top of the
everybody
tower.
up all the way down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to
It's
fight
better
her.
than a damsel.
Yeah, I thought it was way better.
Okay, cool. I'll check that one out.
Yeah, Rapunzel.
Thanks
no.
for the recommendation.
So, anyways, like
Yeah, Starbold Skinny. Yeah.
The brand of jeans.
somebody asked if we watched Rebel Moon. Who here watched the second episode of Rebel Moon?
Silver Scratch Axe.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
No, All right. Well, I'll just tell you that I fast forwarded through a lot of the movie, and stopping on the parts where I thought it was interesting because
How
what I
could you tell it was interesting if you were fast forwarding?
what I realized with Zack Snyder is
You can see
he
it.
does
John.
these scenes
Right.
that to me are just like really long for like a cinematic appeal of it or whatever. There was like a whole thing where they were like harvesting the grain or whatever. You guys know what Rebel Moon, there's a harvesting the grain. And I did not need to see them harvesting grain for like 15 minutes or however long it was. You know what I mean?
He's like an old school filmmaker because, like, my friend and I used to comment on that when we would watch movies from the 70s and stuff. Like, you know, we were told, like, oh, Bullet is one of the greatest movies of all time. You got to check this out. It's got the coolest car chase of all. And we're like, yeah, the car chase was great. But why did it have a scene where it showed a guy driving down the road really slow, pulling into the parking lot? They showed every minute of this. He pulls in the parking lot real slow, drives forward, parks his car, gets out of the car, walks in the front door. Then they show a shot from in the hallway as he walks in from way down there. He's a little tiny speck way down there. And he walks toward the camera and keeps walking and keeps walking. 5 minutes later, he gets to this little classroom or whatever he's supposed to go to, opens the door and walks in. And we were like, my God, he didn't do anything that whole time.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like you're watching that movie, you're watching the movie and you see a car like 5 miles down the road in the distance on a long straight road. And then they just film him driving 60 miles per hour down this like 5 mile road. So for 5 minutes, you just watch him get closer. And then he whizzes by. End scene.
You're like, why?
It was a powerful scene, though, right? Was the music good at least?
I don't know. I was fast forwarding. Some of the battle scenes were a little, to me, like over the top. And then if you guys don't want spoilers, just cover your ears for like 2 minutes or 30 seconds. I'll give you the thumbs up when I'm done. When I'm done, I'll do thumbs up. If you don't want to hear it, after the first episode, I really expected that robot to do a whole lot more than what he actually did in the second movie. I was like, where is this robot? I mean, shouldn't he be showing up? And some of the stuff,
Sir Anthony Hopkins' character?
Probably. I just didn't get. I mean, he had a cool scene and everything, but he could have came a little bit sooner. Never mind.
Do you think it would have did better in the theaters?
No.
Okay.
No, because I would have walked out.
The robot showed up and said,
because people would have had to go to the theater and pay before they saw reviews and said it was really bad.
The door. Get to the tower. Save yourselves.
What?
That's what the robot did. And then he got shot by a trooper. Yeah.
Wow.
You can send the plans if you get to the top of the tower.
Is there anything else good on I should be watching?
Anybody?
I've been watching that Tacoma Fire show.
Oh, Tacoma FD. Yeah, that's done now. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Broken Lizard guys.
I just saw they put all the episodes up on Netflix or something.
Yeah.
I just watched a couple and I was like, this is kind of funny. These guys are ridiculous. I like that animal show with that dork guy, the guy who thinks he's all that, but he's not.
All right, Jumpy's agreeing with Rick. He says Shogun. Brian's action figure reviews saying Fallout.
Sunny's guys did Gentleman.
You know what? I'm about halfway through the Gentleman, and it's actually a pretty decent show.
Is it good? That's a Guy Ritchie, right?
Yeah.
I think the Gentleman is it's that guy from.
It's a Guy Ritchie.
The Running Game. Is Guy Ritchie do it? He's like a duke or something like that. He inherits his dad's thing, and there's like an underground like drug thing underneath the farm or something like that. Is that that's the one I think we're talking about?
Can't think of it. The guy from Divergent.
Yeah, Divergent.
Yeah.
I guess I have to give it another go. I started watching it, and then I was like, this is the same as everything else he's done.
So I'm really
the damn thing I just watched in the last movie he did. Yeah. So I was like, why am I watching the same thing over and over again? Every time he does something, he does the same damn thing. I was like,
since I'm really liking that Shogun show, I've been watching and following certain actors and movie makers because it was made here, and seeing some of the behind the scenes stuff. Like a lot of the stuff is actually made inside a building in a studio, which blows me away how they can do, like the cities basically are inside studios, but all the outdoor by the water, there's a few episodes where they're by the water boarding ships and stuff. That was the stuff that was kind of filmed here in BC, and it's just amazing because when you watch it, you can't really see that transition between being shot in a sound stage or being shot, actually outdoors with real trees and whatnot. It's pretty cool. It's well done.
Which show is that?
The Shogun show.
He's talking about Shogun.
I only watched the first episode of it, but there's
me too. I gotta watch the rest.
There's a new show on Apple, the completely made up adventures of Dick Turpin.
Oh, that guy's hilarious. He's on the British baking show.
Well, the Mighty Boosh, but is where I knew him from. Old Greg.
Old Greg. I'm old Greg.
Yeah, but I watch Bake Off as well. So that's pretty good.
Not about him.
It should go without saying, but Bad Batch, I'm really excited for that wrapping up, and X-Men 97 has been awesome.
Oh, X-Men's been great.
Two episodes left of Bad Batch.
X-Men. I think I'm only on episode 2 or 3.
Oh, wait till you get to the last two, man.
We can't. Nobody spoil X-Men for Connor.
Oh my god!
I've been dodging it so far.
So, do you think that this?
Well, let me tell you what happens.
X-Men 97 will be considered canon in like the MCU, so to speak, and something like.
I think they're going down that route to
something like if Deadpool shows up or other, future Captain America. I don't know, because the timeline is probably still, 97. It's not going to be modern day MCU, but I bet you they kind of.
I think there's gonna be a way that they
tie in to
bring
Deadpool, which is next, right?
Yeah. I don't know if it'll fit in with the MCU. I don't.
We'll see.
I don't know.
But it's so good. It's unbelievable.
That's weird. I haven't watched one episode yet, but I don't think I watched one episode of it like from 20 years ago either. Like it wasn't as an adult, it wasn't something I was interested in, right?
Fair enough. Yeah, I was a kid.
But I love the style. Like it's
came out,
animated, modern technology, but to look like it was made in the late 80s.
More or less, yeah. The style's a little bit different. But
it could have been cooler if it was more like the Spider-Verse, in a way, because there are certain aspects of the Spider-Verse movie, the original one, where they had like some half tones and things that just gave me that very cool 60s Spider-Man cartoon vibe.
You're talking about the movie, the Miles Morales.
Yeah, the Spider-Verse movie.
But it's not. But it's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be as close as to the animation style from the early '90s. So
no, but the Spider-Verse movies were meant to look like they're from the '60s, like they were. And then the new one went a little more.
Yeah, but the X-Men 97 is supposed to be a continuation of the other one, so why would they change the animation style?
It's a little bit different.
Yeah, Rogue's Butt is
totally not drawn by hand like by 9-year-old people.
Do you think? I think with the popularity, I wouldn't be surprised if they bring back the Spider-Man show from the '90s. Also, like that would be really cool.
Oh, be smart!
That'd be Spectacular Spider-Man.
Spider-Man
no, not the one before that. The one from the '90s.
Yeah.
Was it a friend? Spider-Man and Friends?
No, Spider-Man and Amazing Friends was before this one. Spider-Man and Amazing Friends was
the one that was on the same time as
X-Men. Yeah, it was the same time as X-Men, and basically they had X-Men in like the early '90s to mid '90s. They had a Spider-Man show, and both of those were very successful.
Silver Surfer as well.
They went for 4 or 5 seasons. Yeah. So because they went for like 4 or 5 seasons and were really popular, they ended up making a Silver Surfer show, an Iron Man show, an Incredible Hulk show. They even started in Avengers, sort of. They brought in like a couple characters into Iron Man to sort of kick that off. And they even brought like Cap into X-Men to sort of try and kick that off. But all those other shows only went for 1 season and failed. So the only really good ones were Spider-Man and X-Men.
Yeah.
That lasted.
And it's quite surprising.
Spider-Man Unlimited?
No,
Has it been
before
10 years
Unlimited.
now that
It was
Disney's
just
owned
called
Marvel?
Spider-Man.
It's so if they have their own channel,
Disney
they'd be
Plus.
pumping out lower cost animation shows
I
all
don't
the
see
time
it.
just to put content on their channel, right? And do they still have a children's channel separate of Disney Plus, or is that all combined now? Yeah, what's wrong
Spider-Man
with
the
DVDs?
animated series.
You can
Oh.
pre-order these DVDs a week before they come out in the theater now. Like that's a new thing.
Oh
No
yeah,
one else
yeah. You
noticed
can,
that? Like you can
No,
already
that's been
pre-order
out for a
DVDs
while.
for.
same
The
with
prob-
the digital copies. You can pre-order
Earth's
digital
Mightiest
copies
Heroes
when it
was
comes out.
one of my favorite.
Yeah.
The Avengers.
Yeah, that
The
Earth's
Avengers,
Mightiest Heroes was a great cartoon.
The-
That
the-
went for 5 seasons or so.
The problem with me and Disney Plus and integrating Hulu is I can't watch any of my Hulu shows on Disney Plus because I don't remember where I left off on every single one of them.
Oh.
Yeah, right.
For me, I think that this is just my personal opinion. It's great that they are bringing things together, but when I launch Disney Plus now, the experience that I get is bombarded with so much garbage from Hulu. Like they
Yeah.
need to segment
They
things
should have just
much
left the
better.
Hulu button up there and let you select Hulu, and then it should have just brought in the original Hulu interface.
Because
Yeah.
like it takes God knows how many clicks to scroll over to find the Bad Batch or X-Men 97
Yeah,
on
really?
Wednesdays. Oh yeah, it's
That's kind of
don't have-
stupid.
don't
Well,
have
you
a-
got
a
the
Disney
easiest
filter?
way to do it is to go to Star Wars and then go to your show. Yeah,
but
Well,
it used to be
Ron
like
trying to
one of
tell
the
you-
like first highlighted things,
Yeah.
like new episode today or whatever. Now it's
yeah.
like all this garbage that I could care less about. Yeah, go ahead.
So I have a question for John. John,
Huh.
is it easier to watch Disney Plus or go to the movies?
It's easier to watch. Disney Plus.
He doesn't have to shower.
But I did. I showered today. I have nice everything.
Whoa.
Oh, demonetized.
did well,
Wow, we got 800 people in the chat now.
did we get all
All
the
the
super
foot
chats
fetish.
like the OnlyFans?
Listen,
Yeah, all the foot fetish, all the foot fetish
Screen
people.
capture, screen
Hey, how
capture.
you doing?
Oh, we just Dan Snyder just joined us.
So the latest Hollywood news on the interwebs is that Disney Plus channel is going to subgrade it, whatever, divide it into multiple channels like old school cable TV style. So that's the latest rumor.
Well, what I think I heard from that, and it was maybe a little bit different, is that they were going to implement like TV channels on top of what you already have. You can sit through the library and watch what you want, but to solve the problem of people like scrolling for ages and not knowing what to watch, you could just flip on a Disney Plus channel and it's like traditional like broadcast TV.
Yeah.
Just something's going on it all the time. But I don't think that they're replacing like the watch what you want when you want.
There's a lot of like streaming apps that now do that. You can go to what they call live TV and just click on and it'll just show you random stuff. You know
surprise me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
But it has it like a television bar. Like you can just click.
I might use one of those Irish, secret channels to watch.
But we actually just got another like 2 years of Disney Plus and Hulu for free because they just we ended up, my brother's phone was still on our family plan. So we went to Apple and we're like, well, we don't need that on our plan anymore. We need to go down. And so we went down to 3 phones. And when we did it, they were like, well, we basically had to do a new start. And they gave me a new iPhone 15 Pro titanium outer space.
Why are you showing your bank account number?
Bulletproof alien phone. And when I got this, they were like, and because you're getting a new phone, you now get Disney Plus, and they were like, you can have Hulu, you can have Apple TV, or you can have Disney Plus and Hulu for free. So we chose Disney Plus and Hulu.
Yeah, it's a great deal
for like 2 years.
Wow.
So it's like, okay, we'll take that.
Oh.
It's
Verizon. My
contract.
Verizon Unlimited plan gets the Disney bundle
Hulu
for
and
free.
Disney, yeah, that's what I have.
We don't
Yeah,
have
actually, I think we're in
Hulu in
Verizon.
Canada,
Yeah, that might be what.
but
what
a lot of the shows on Hulu are on like another pay-per-view kind of channel we have called Crave, and also our Disney Plus has a section called Star, which is kind of like Hulu. It's more
That's what it is
for
on ours as well. Yeah.
Yeah, Star.
everything that's not Disney that
They have
own.
that in
So
India, from what I understand. They don't have Disney
Oh,
Plus.
I think
in
everywhere
India.
but America.
Yeah.
All right, let's.
Don't
let's
you have
do-
like a Sky channel too, like in the UK?
There's a lot of
Sky?
sports I see on Sky.
Oh, Sky is sports. Okay.
I-
gotcha.
Well,
But
not
I don't-
necessarily. I mean, Sky's bigger than Sky Sports, but
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All
Why
right,
is
let's do
Eric
the
thrown in the
spotlight.
corner?
Yeah, it's pretty cool though.
Yeah, we
Instead of
just like,
talking
let's
about
throw
what
Eric in the
services everybody
corner.
has.
You don't need him in the group with the rest of us. He's
All right,
like
I'll
over
just mute
there.
you. Anyways, this week on the Creator Spotlight, we decided to pick somebody from Twitter, and he's all about Motu mostly. Anyways, it's Masters of the Metaverse. If you haven't followed him on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it, take some photography. I don't know why these started showing up in my feed, but I thought that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
So
on it.
Oh,
kind of like
yeah.
this
Oh,
one
wow.
right here.
Princess
wow.
Peach running away.
oh
from
my
the
God,
T-Rex.
was that like a Happy Meal toy?
Probably something.
It's
Oh
the
my God.
Princess Peach, the road thing, the little Mario Kart Princess Peach thing.
Yeah.
Followed.
Anyways, I think it's pretty cool.
Oh,
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 nice.
yeah.
There's
Yeah,
some
yeah,
quite
Exactly.
interesting
That's
on there.
cool.
Love that.
So I put his link in the chat, and there you go. It is Masters of the Metaverse.
Neat.
All right.
That's a cool. He's good.
That's definitely one to follow now.
For sure, yeah. So just Twitter? No Instagram?
I didn't see a link to Instagram. I just saw him on Twitter, so I just started following him and then started looking through all his stuff. I thought it was pretty cool.
Shame if he's not. Those are some great photos.
Yeah. All right. Let's do these hot or not figures. I don't know what we missed last week, so I don't know what I got. You know what, Eric? Let me move you.
You didn't miss
so you can be
anything.
Part of the group, and then I'll sit over here by myself.
okay.
Like I'm like a moderator or something. Anyways, this is the action figures that they're trying to peddle to us this week, and maybe come from last week, from some of your major toy retailers, mostly Hasbro, because that's really the only people
and we
pumping
got-
out figures.
And
on
we
a
got
regular
two.
basis.
We got two cool 4-wheelers that sold out in about an eighth of a nanosecond. So I wasn't able to get either one of them.
Well, one they didn't tell us until after it was sold out because I looked at my
that
email,
too.
clicked, and it was sold out.
Yeah.
Actually, the Target one was up for a little bit, but I ended up not ordering it because I thought, oh, you know what? Every single time I pre-ordered a vehicle from Target, I found it in store before anybody's pre-order shipped.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I'm not worried about the Tiger Force one. It's the other one that I really want.
Yeah.
So Tiger Force is gonna show up on clearance at Target no matter what. Yeah.
Oh, the ATV vehicle?
Yeah, the 4-wheelers. Yeah.
All right. So, anyways, let's start off with some of these Marvel Legends that they surprised us with this week. And we have this
Yeah,
Superior
that one's sold out.
Spider-Man. Who
With the
is
chrome
going to-
eyes, the black metallized eyes, and it's sold out.
Actually, it's a digital print. It's like
Yeah,
it
it's just
looks
printed, right?
it looks chrome,
Oh,
Because if it
right.
was
and it's a
chromed
swappable
eyes,
head.
if it was chromed, you would see your own reflection in there, unless you had that really cool diorama in your house.
Or if you were
It's a cool idea. It's neat to see them do stuff like that.
I
Yeah.
think that they had a previous
It's a
version
cost.
that had like the little images in the eyes, right?
Well,
Yeah,
now
this
there's
one
got to
is
do a
really
reflection
cool.
of the Hulk and Wolverine's blades.
Oh, that
yeah,
would be
that's what it
cool.
should be. Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right, so Superior Spider-Man. I'm seeing Danny.
It's a really nice looking figure, but I didn't get it. No.
It
G-Force.
does look cool. It's one of the cooler looking Spider-Mans for sure.
G-Force got here just in time to see the toys that are being peddled to us this week.
What's up, G?
Yo.
John
H.R.
Force. Jonathan is Superior Spidey and Ghost Rider. Yeah, that Ghost Rider when we get to it. There's Wolverine. Does anybody need another Wolverine?
Nah.
It's a good looking Wolverine,
It
and I
looks
would
good,
choose
yeah.
it over all the previous Wolverines I do or have owned.
Really?
So,
I have the one with the yellow with the tiger stripes coming down. That one.
that one's cool.
That's
This
like
is the,
I'm
this
not
is
a
the
big
VHS
fan.
one.
I'm not a big fan of the short ears Wolverine. I like the tall
But
Oh,
if
spikes.
John did not find that Target bag today, he would pick this guy up,
Yeah, maybe.
take
Yeah.
one of those blades, replace his, and take it back, and he would leave.
Oh yeah, I would
note
take it
in
back.
the
You're right.
aisle saying,
Take it back.
"Please forgive me for taking the blade from Wolverine."
I'd leave a note.
I look forward to seeing an MCU movie version from Deadpool with a mask on. Like that could be a cool figure.
Yeah.
Mm.
What'd you think of that cape I found at the Walmart lately? That was in the packaging.
That was
It's
nice.
just a cape.
So, Connor, are you saying hot for this one or the Superior Spider-Man?
They're
For
both,
the Superior Spider-Man. For this one here, I think it's a beautiful looking figure, but we've already just got a
Yeah,
great
it's like-
Wolverine, and
Not just one Wolverine. They gave us like multiple packs of
well,
Wolverine.
yeah, but I'm thinking sort of the X-Men colors, but
Yeah.
all the multi-packs have come out as well, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, after Spider-Man and
Oh.
Iron Man, I'd say Wolverine is like those are the three figures they made the most of.
dude,
Probably.
definitely.
He's like
Okay.
Boba
They're,
Fett.
they're
Oh, you know,
popular.
Boba Fett lane now, isn't he?
And then here's the packaging for the Superior Spider-Man and the Wolverine. Are we fans of this new packaging?
Yes.
I do.
Yeah,
I
it's
like it a
alright.
lot. I like
These
the
are like
printed.
Celebrating 85 years. Okay.
80.
They have artwork in the package on the inside of that background now. It looks like going forward. So I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too. That's why I put the thing up. I did like the packaging. If anything, these would be like some worth just like getting and keeping like that. But I mean, I just
Well,
can't-
they're gonna get people
afford it.
those inboxers that like to maybe open up their favorite figures. They're gonna get those customers again to buy maybe 2 of these figures now that they have a good looking display box. Like
we could
I think
ask
people
if
stop
Dude
buying
Nerdery was
2.
here. We could ask him. He would
Like
always
the past-
say one to
It's the
rock.
Spider-Man
and one
figure
to-
deluxe,
one
is
in
it?
stock. So over the past 2 years, we had a lot of those paper only packaging for Marvel Legends and Star Wars and Power Rangers, and I bet you they lost a lot of duplicate sales because people just they don't like the look of the box.
Right. All right.
Was that Spider-Man deluxe figure, was it?
What?
Are they charging deluxe price for the Spider-Man?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
No, oh, that's fair enough. No, I was going to say it. I thought I saw he was deluxe. If they were, I would have preferred
Because
a
they're
few.
not
Rebel
build
Fix
figures, right? So they'll be the same price as a build a figure, though. I bet.
Yeah.
Nice.
Absolutely.
I like the figure. I'm not a fan of the
Yeah,
futuristic
I'm not a-
looking bike.
No, me either. I want a regular looking bike. I want that.
Nah,
old
I
school bike.
This is
Yeah.
like the one. This one from like the
No,
Toy Biz,
Harley.
right? So it's like the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it
The
a
figure's
bike and
hot
stuff
though. I like
that.
the figure.
Yeah.
I love the transparent fire stuff. It's awesome.
Yeah, the figure looks great. I mean, I could,
This is my favorite.
but I like the old school bikes.
Yeah, this one is
Even how the stands
God.
work, like when they showed it off in their live
yeah,
stream,
man, flying.
it just
I mean-
slapped in there, no problem, no fallovers, no hot glue required.
Yeah, it looks
Because
cool.
the old the old school one from the 60s and 70s was like a chopper motorcycle.
Yeah.
So it with just tires that were on fire, and he's all. And so when we were kids,
I don't remember it making that
poured-
noise. but Okay.
when we were kids, we poured lighter fluid on the driveway and lit the pool of lighter fluid on fire, and then we poured lighter fluid on the tires of our bicycles, so that when we rode around the thing and rode through the pile of burning, the lighter fluid that was burning in the pile would catch the tires on fire when they went through it. Then we would have flaming tire bicycles riding around. It was so cool.
Vern, are you going to edit that part out?
No, because it's hilarious. Because they did that on that show Fridays.
Yeah.
And that's where John learned it from.
Was it when I was a little kid? I watched. I don't remember that
Do
show.
you remember that show? The guy that played Kramer was on it, and he's playing like GI Joe in his side yard, and he's like lighting like the Barbie car on fire and putting a lighter fluid on.
No,
All right, what about Warbird?
I don't need another Captain Marvel.
This
It
is
looks good.
Figure.
It looks
That
good.
look
yeah.
good, but
Knocking
it's
out
the
the
same
park.
one.
What I'm disappointed in is the Hulk from this reveal, or the Scar.
That's
Son
not
of
a Hulk. That's
Is
Scar.
the only one that has pins. All these other figures are new pinless elbows and knees, and they're going They're going that
Yes.
route now with almost
Scar,
all
what
the
are you
releases
talking
now,
about?
except the cool big Scar figure.
Scar. I
See,
don't
the
know.
bad thing is I just got my Luke Cage from this last run, and I kind of like this one a little better.
This one looks good, but
Like,
both of them are
damn
worth
it.
having because they have different shirts on and they kind of have the different looks. This guy is more like a moderner look. The other one's
Yeah.
more like the vintage, like
That's true. He is with the high
Yeah.
I like
collar,
the
70s.
disco collar and the chain
Yeah.
a little better.
yeah. I think the
But
Warper.
this, I like
Nice.
this new Iron Fist is better than this one, I think.
But for a generic, big, bulky,
Yeah.
just background character,
I think I will replace my Iron Fist because that one's really cool. The new
And John, if you want to increase the value of your Luke Cage, you can buy this guy and hook him up with a bunch of extra GI Joe gear.
Oh, there you go.
And there's Scar.
There.
who you
There's
talk-
Scar. Yeah.
I like him because he's big and badass.
Yeah.
This will be the first.
I agree with Rick.
First version of him we've got from this wave of Marvel Legends.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I guess the Fing Fang Foom wave or whatever back in the day,
Yep.
Toy Biz was early Marvel Legends, the first one, the only one, I
Yeah.
think. But yeah,
That
it's
was-
cool. Like, can you imagine soft goods around his waist, kind of like they did with the Black Series Gamorrean Guard? Like, just
No.
a way to
That
up
would be
this
awful.
figure. Not charge us $5 more, but I mean,
They're already going to charge you $5 more.
It's a big figure. I'm sure
no,
it'll
no,
be.
yeah, this one didn't go for pre-order yet, did it?
No, let's see. I'm going to see
Okay.
what they said.
I think
don't
it'll be in that
know.
same size box though. But I don't know how they can do it.
Scar.
If
Yeah,
the
I don't
legs
think
come off-
any. I don't
They're
think
saying
any of my Marvel
$39.99 for
Legends
Scar.
have- I don't think any
Oh,
of my Marvel Legends have soft goods. So
This
I think
this figure is going to be $40.
a soft good would be weird.
Because I guess if Chewbacca fits in, because all the boxes are the same size
This guy's going
and
to be
height
big.
as Black Series and stuff now, but I wonder if
Didn't you
this
see-
looks bigger than Chewbacca.
Yeah, didn't you see them take out the measuring tape during the stream? It's
Yeah,
like
but he didn't
8
show the
over
box.
8 inches.
They didn't show the box, right? Like it's
Yeah,
going
but-
to be a whole new.
No, this
box
guy will come in
size.
like I think the same size box that they put like one of the Hulks in.
Which the Hulks are just because
Hulks
his
are
legs
like
are
8
spread
inches.
out.
This is a regular Hulk size, like 8 inches.
Yeah.
I thought it was much bigger.
Yeah, I don't see
How-
any of these up for pre-order yet.
How
Yeah.
tall is
Yeah.
that blob figure?
No,
My
just
blob
like, I don't
hasn't
get 'em
showed up
either.
yet.
The Superior Spider-Man and the other one went up for pre-order. The other ones are let's see. It says pre-order coming soon. 416 was the Wolverine and the Superior Spider-Man.
It'll be
Yeah.
released in the same
those-
wave, so it'll be available to pre-order in the next couple
Yeah, it
weeks.
was
I'm sure.
pre-order information.
I found those. Yeah.
Yeah, they wanted to make sure that you didn't cancel any of your other pre-orders before they had a chance to ship them out and charge you before they immediately threw these up for a one-day pre-order.
And someone grabbed a screenshot of that live stream where they showed like a box that said Hulkbuster on it. So apparently
Yeah.
that's a leak of another figure in this wave too. And
You think it'll be a Hulk Buster?
what said Hulkbuster clearly right on the box. But I wonder if it's just a re-release of the three they've already released.
I don't
Because it's
know.
already a great figure. Like you can't really make it better unless you
This is
back
the
metal
one
it.
that they need to have.
Yeah, it's the only one they've made, right? Since Toy Biz. But I got one in a
Quavis?
2-pack with someone else and a couple
they-
2-packs.
No, they did a build-a-figure and they have a 2-pack.
But it was the exact same toy, wasn't it?
No, they're
The
different.
Build-A-Figure was different?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like the 2-pack one. It was a cool figure, man.
Yeah, 2-pack was more. Yeah, the build-a-figure wasn't really MCU.
And do you think
that's
they're going to remake it or just...
Probably just
Retweak
modify it a little bit. All right. And then the surprise to me was when they announced this Wasp and Giant Man, and it was just immediately available to order.
Yeah, what's up with that? Do you think this was something they meant to include with the Giant Man HasLab? And they're like, since we didn't put it in, it's now in stock and we can ship it.
No,
It's
because
weird.
when they did the HasLab, they did announce the Wasp way back then. I think
But
that
when was the
they-
last time Hasbro announced an action figure and you could buy it?
Well,
not
yeah, that's
pre-order,
why I
you
said
buy
it was a surprise. But but they announced the Wasp, and I think what they did was they probably had the prototype for the 6-inch figure or whatever and decided, why don't we just make it a 2-pack when we release the Wasp? And it probably wasn't hard to just do a painted body.
I do kind of.
They
I
look
have this
good.
completionist thing that I want this.
These are awesome. I got them, and
Did you?
the Wasp looks fantastic. And
It looks
the Giant Man is super cool because
cool.
They look good, and they will hype the Giant Man HasLab a little more now.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, anyone that ordered the Giant Man, it'd be cool to get these now.
That's where I'm at. Like I don't want it. I have enough Ant-Man, but man,
Where
it's
my
been a
Marvel ignorance is, though, isn't that Ant-Man?
same guy.
Same guy.
So
Yeah,
why
he
Just
don't
went
they
through
call
a
him
different
Ant-Man?
phase.
like Clark Kent and
Because
Superman.
he's
Are you
6 inches
serious?
tall, so you can't call him Giant Man. He's Little Man. He's
Or he went through a phase in the comics where he got big and like kind of like, you know.
Yeah, originally he could only get to be like 12 feet or 15 feet. And then like it was later that he started going bigger.
But is he the only Marvel character where Hank Pym, that's his human name, right?
Yes.
Is actually has 2 trademarked names?
3, because he was Yellow Jacket too.
Yeah,
Right?
he was a Yellow Jacket.
That's insane. See, I kind of knew that, but I didn't know like the history or the why it's still a thing. Like,
Yellow
To
Jacket
sell
with
comics.
is there
Yes.
currently 2 different comics?
Well, no. I was just saying, like, I'm sure
Not-
I wasn't alive when they were doing this, but I'm sure it was like, hey, Hank Pym is now like Yellow Jacket or Giant Man, and it
Well,
serves
Rick,
as a mechanism
it was
to
his dark
sell
fate,
comics.
wasn't it?
let me ask Rick a question. Did you know that Jim Rhodes was Iron Man?
Jim Rhodes. No, I don't know that name.
War Machine,
Colonel Rhodes.
Colonel Rhodes.
Okay, well now I know the War Machine name, but that's not Iron Man. War
Yeah,
Machine.
for a while in the comic books, he was Iron Man.
Oh, okay,
During the
okay.
West Coast Avengers, he was the guy who came, and Iron Man in the West Coast Avengers was Jim Rhodes. It was Tony Stark had the alcohol problem and gave up the armor, and Jim Rhodes took over the armor. It wasn't
Okay,
until
no, I didn't know that.
later that he
history.
becomes War Machine.
And
Yeah.
Bucky Barnes and Sam Wilson becoming Captain America, right? Like it's
Right.
just
They've all had the mantle, right?
yeah.
And Sam Wilson.
All right. Anyways, moving on.
You learned something new today, Rick.
Here is John's 4-wheeler that he wished that he was able to pick up.
Yeah.
Has the first one been
No,
released
this is
yet?
the one John doesn't care about because it's Tiger Force.
Yeah, actually, the Tiger Force one I'm not as worried about because I think
The other
the
one I
rules
think
will
we
show
talked
up.
about like a couple of weeks ago.
That's
I don't.
Cobra, right?
What I don't understand is why, like, what's the logic behind putting both of the 4-wheelers that, like, anyone who is into old school GI Joe is going to at least want the blue ferret. What's the logic behind locking it behind a Hasbro Pulse exclusive?
Okay, everyone sit back. I'm going to defend Hasbro.
Dun, 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 dun,
So-
And making it so nobody's able to get it. Like, why would you make it the most
But I'm not gonna-
popular thing that every fan wants be the thing that no fan can get? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's unfortunate that it's sold out. But I've been talking to a lot of different collectors. So because GI Joe went for so long, when the Ferret was announced, I pre-ordered 2, and then when that one was announced, there was guys that grew up. They only knew Tiger Force. That was their figures, so they pre-ordered. So I think it's actually great that the more original looking version one is out, and then for guys that grew up with Tiger Force or Python Patrol, they're getting these figures
For
now
sure.
at the same
So,
time.
like,
No. What I'm
10
not
years younger,
saying
right?
that. I'm saying, why isn't it available at Amazon and Big Bad Toy Store and everywhere else? For us here in the States, you can only get the Ferret on Hasbro Pulse, and it's sold out so fast that basically nobody was able to get it. In the
Connor,
States.
where can you get any GI Joes?
I was gonna say,
Well-
don't complain to him, man. He's the last.
People in the EU or our friends over in the UK can only get GI Joe from Pulse. So, potentially it could be going that way in the US in the future. So be
Yeah,
careful what
maybe,
out.
yeah.
But
I
yeah,
think
It is a big problem. So Pulse,
But did it sell out for you guys in about a half a nanosecond? Like literally, we got the message that said the ferret is going up at like 1 o'clock, and I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting here on my phone, and I go, it's 12:59. I'm on the website. Oh, it's sold out. Shit.
well, here's the
Like,
thing.
how did it sell out at 12:59 when it's not supposed to go up for sale until 1 o'clock? You know what I mean?
So-
Like,
So
I'm
the
like,
There'll
what
be
the
more.
fuck?
the stuff on Hasbro Pulse UK is selling out. It's not selling out on Hasbro Pulse EU. So I'm just trying to check. Is
John,
that
do you
selling
have
stuff?
the membership?
No, I don't.
Okay, so
And you
Hasbro's
don't need it anymore either.
Yeah, well, you do if you wanted to get that stuff that's
Yeah,
a Hasbro exclusive.
that's-
So all that
Yeah,
stuff
hour
is
early.
sold
Because you
out.
get an hour leeway
Yeah,
to
it was-
pre-order,
Yeah.
right?
So
Yeah,
it's still
it-
available on Hasbro Pulse EU for pre-order, as is the original ferret. Looking at all the pre-orders that were announced there last week, the only one sold out is the retro Snow Serpent. Everything else is still available on Hasbro Pulse
So I need
EU.
one of you guys to buy me the blue ferret. Then that's what I need.
Okay, leave it with
I
me.
think they'll
Leave
for
it
sure
with me.
make more. And a big reason
I'll
why
send you the money.
we're seeing that is like Hasbro Pulse, by
Uh,
making an item that they own the properties for exclusive, is an easy way for them to double dip on the profit kind of thing. Like they make
Well,
the retail,
according to
they
them,
sell
they're
it
not
for the
the same
retail
company.
cost. So they're going to have products from Star Wars, from GI Joe, from Transformers, whatever brand, Marvel. They are going to keep having Hasbro Pulse exclusives because it gives those a reason for you to pay for that premium membership. One thing, and they get to double dip on the profit. Like it's part of a good business thing. And vintage collection and Black Series, I think we're going to see a lot more of those things only available on websites, like online ordering from not just Hasbro, but what they call fan channels. So, Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, Amazon, privately owned toy stores all over the world. So that's the fan channel. And it's not going to be, we're not going to see it in the toy aisles as much anymore because it's not for kids. It's not, they don't make these 35, 40-year-old toys, NECA Ninja Turtles, for 30 and 40-year-old, 50-year-old people. So it's going to happen. They're all going to go to online for the majority of it. We're already starting to see these rumors of vintage collection being discontinued at Target in the US. And stuff
Steve
like that.
Evans dispelled
It's not
But
going
I-
to be discontinued, but they will move to online because
But
no
I just
one's buying
questioned
this stuff in
why
store.
every single vehicle, the Vamp, the motorcycle, all the motorcycles, the Vamp, the sled that Serpentor came with, like every single vehicle has been available on Amazon, Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth,
GameStop.
and Hasbro Pulse. But except the ferret. Now we get the four-wheeler that every fan is going to want who was a fan of the original G.I. Joes. We all had that ferret when we were kids. So we all want the new one. And they went, we're only going to make 5 of them, and they're only going to be available on Hasbro Pulse.
Well, it's
Like,
going to
why
be
would you
popular.
do
Like
that?
they're going to sell more of those than they are a HasLab or like
No,
$100
they only made 5
item.
of them. They only made
No,
5.
for sure. If
it.
it's what was it, $39, $49? Like,
Yeah.
so they're
They only
going to
made
sell a lot
5.
of those because they haven't had a lot of
There's just 5.
cheaper vehicles like the motorcycles. And the Sky Sled. That's kind of it for small vehicles, right?
No, there's
Now
been
they got the
4
Vamp, which is the first
There's been 4
average.
different motorcycles so far. There's been 2 different trouble bubbles. There's been the missile launch system. I've
There's
got them
been
all
one-
right over here.
Hold on,
And I bet you they sell lots
hold on,
of them.
John. There's been 2 different motorcycles, one with 3 paint jobs.
Yeah, different paint jobs.
Yes,
but I bet
that's
you they
right.
sell
One with
lots
3
of them
different paint jobs. Yeah.
because the price point is GI Joe collectors are like, I got no problem buying a $25 motorbike and a $50
Yeah, but
Jeep
we'd have
or
no
whatever.
problem buying a $30 or $40 four-wheeler either. So why not?
Well, maybe
make
they
100 million
pre-sold
of
like
them?
20,000 of them because it was that
No,
popular.
They sold 5.
But there will be more.
I don't think that when you said they're going to sell more of those than a HasLab, I almost disagree with that.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah,
could.
I guess it depends.
I
If
feel
they
like
left it up till they really sold out,
yeah.
they
The
could.
problem
They
is
could
I
sell-
don't think they're ever going to produce. I mean, in the first say runs or whatever, more than they would produce for, say, a very successful HasLab campaign. Because people are buying that HasLab
for flipping purposes,
for reselling, and because this may be
So-
the only opportunity you're ever going to get it.
And I think Hasbro Pulse exclusives also get a big boost from scalpers as well. Like that's what they look for. They look for store exclusives that they can flip, and HasLabs that they can flip. So if this just goes to every store, Walmart, Target, Toys R Us, GameStop, online at EE and BBTS,
Well, this one's only going to go to Target.
scalpers aren't going to buy 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 of them because they're available at all the locations. So it's weird. They sometimes make stuff scalper friendly, if that's a way of terming it. Like
that one that's on the Pulse exclusive, John, I think that come June or whatever, there's going to be more to, like, you're going to be able to go on and just order it to get it.
I do too. I think it's going to come back around.
I think what they do,
they'll do something where it'll have a different driver or something. I don't know. Like
no, I think that what they're doing is they're saying, we're gonna produce 10,000, but we're only gonna make 2,000 available for pre-order.
Yeah, that's kind of usually, I run a small business, and I don't put, if I order 100 pins, I don't put like 100 pins on the website store. Things get lost. Some of them have defects to them, so you put up 50 or 60. You put up whatever number you're comfortable with. And it's, of course, the big stores or the big companies like that, they're going to operate in the same way because they get a lot more returns and stuff like that, right? Even Amazons and Walmarts, they take that into consideration, but they don't overbuy by a lot. They'd rather just refund the person.
Right.
Well, just in case, I've pre-ordered one for you, John. So let me know.
And Connor,
let me know, and I'll send you the money, Connor.
Because I think it's affected you more, being in Europe, than the guys in America. Has there been a GI Joe figure or vehicle that you never were able to buy at retail or online? Like, so Connor, first, I think you have had issues. But for any of you guys in the States, have you ever not been able to buy like a vehicle or a car or a figure from GI Joe line?
So early on, we had issues where when stuff was Pulse exclusive, it was only available in the UK, which won't ship to Ireland. So there was guys that wanted. That's why we didn't get Serpentor over here or Dr. Mindbender. So you had to get someone to buy it for you and ship it over.
So there's been a few.
They weren't characters I wanted, but there was an issue there a couple of weeks ago where I ordered the GI Joe figure Shockwave and never arrived, and sent Hasbro Pulse an email, and they said, "Oh no, she said there was an issue with your address. We're going to resend it. It never arrived." So I went back in the email, and she said, "No, we have a signed notice here from DHL to say it was signed." And here's a screenshot. So Jim McDonald signed for my Shockwave figure. And I said, well, clearly...
Are you watching, Jim?
Clearly there's no one in this household with that name. You know my surname. So she went, oh, okay. We'll have to investigate this. So she came back about 10 days later and said, look, not available. We don't know what happened. It's not available. Here's a refund. So I was like, but that's no good. I wanted the figure.
Wouldn't Jim McDonald be in Scotland and not Ireland?
So now you have to track down this Jim McDonald guy who got a free
Scotland, I think.
No, but here's the thing, and I was only talking to Eric earlier about this. So what Hasbro Pulse EU are doing is they are using DHL. DHL imported into the relevant country, be it Ireland, Spain, Portugal, who's ever within the Eurozone. They deliver to the post service, and the postman delivers it. So all our stuff is getting signed for by
the postman. I got you.
Post offices. So as far as they're concerned, it's been legitimately signed for and delivered. And there's loads of cases out there, and I've heard multiple stories now from different guys where no, tough luck. So I was lucky to get the money back, but missed out.
I think this Jim Postman guy's got a huge collection at home from everyone.
We're Googling it now.
I hope Jim wasn't into action figure collecting, and he signed for this and kept it. Now it's going to open up a whole world, and he's going to be broke just like the rest of us. And
Hopefully there was a D&D figure inside or something.
3 years from now, Jim is going to be in financial trouble.
Like,
But
it looks like some of the earlier exclusives that were at Target were a lot harder to find, and they weren't stocking the shelves as much, or people were buying all 6 of them and stuff like that. But it's a little better now, right? Like if they announce a new Duke or something, like I go to my GameStop and I see a lot of GI Joes there. Like maybe they sell through some of the popular characters.
I remember the first Cobra Trooper. They made that was another boneheaded move too. They made the very first Cobra Trooper, the blue trooper with the helmet,
Exclusive.
the standard like original like early '80s Cobra Trooper, and they went, "We're going to make this a Target exclusive, and no Targets are going to get any of them." Like, and it was like, and when they did get 1 or 2, scalpers were buying them like crazy.
They got cases they got cases of them. I watched guys walk out with the entire case.
Yeah, they were buying them.
They would come in. They would like come 8 in a store.
Online,
The scalper dude would just beat me, and like by like a half hour, he'd walk out with every single one of them. The next thing, they were on eBay for like $150.
It makes sense to me over the past 10 years since they've had waves. Like Marvel's had to build a figure waves, or a popular brand like Star Wars comes out with 6 figures. And if you're a big time collector and you got the budget, you might buy all 6 or 8 of those figures in that wave because you want to build the Hulk, or you like the Eternals and you want all the cool characters from the Eternals. Like, but now that they're mixing waves where you'll have like classic Spider-Mans with modern other Marvel MCU stuff, I don't think they're selling through the waves as easily, but I could be wrong. Like especially Star Wars, where they're mixing Andor and Ahsoka and original trilogy figures in the same.
They're trying to hit all of their customer base at once. They don't want
and it makes sense. Maybe that's a new direction for them to go. With GI Joe, it's kind of hard because there's only one kind of theme overall, right?
No,
except
but they're
for, like,
getting different
Tiger Force or Marauder
release points, right? Like Tiger Force was after, then you got those Marauders that are coming out.
Yeah,
then,
and like
then you're going back to these retros and catching up on like how they should have
looked. The last
it's
wave
like they're
had the
relearning how to sell toys again.
The last wave had the Iron Grenadiers, and I got it because the figure looked really cool with all those missiles and all the stuff, but technically that figure in the original series was outside of what I collected. He was like 89 or something, or 90, so I was done. But
another recent toy that was
collecting at that point.
Yeah, a different set of people were collecting at that point. So I mean, Hasbro is doing the same thing with GI Joe. They're putting out some that are like Doc's in the wave, So Doc was from '83, so they're hitting the people who like the stuff from '83, '84. But then they're also putting in figures from the '89, '90 wave that I didn't collect as a kid, but the next group of kids did,
And I like that they're doing that. Because that figure you just showed, it wasn't a character I had. A great looking figure, by the way. Accessories are cool, beautiful figure. But I was happy just to pass on that because. So
you didn't get them as a kid, yeah.
So if they're mixing these waves or they're bringing out repainting it for a different group or faction or something, I'm okay to pass on it. So I don't mind that they're doing it and they're trying to cater to all sort of G.I. Joe fans or collectors out there. So I think the way that it's working for these guys, I think it's working okay for collectors and the company themselves.
Well, and you're not overwhelmed if you're not gonna, because you don't have to get everything, and if you're just collecting a certain era, you're not overwhelmed. You get one or two each wave. Like I like that we got Bazooka one wave, and now we got Quick Kick. So I'm like, okay, next wave you better give us Alpine because I want the trio.
We need an Alpine.
I haven't got Alpine yet.
All right.
Another thing that's happened recently too, and with retail, Target had the exclusive Phantom Menace Retro Collection box set, right? They were announced and pipelined, and then finally revealed that they'll be Target exclusive. And what they did was they're going to be Target exclusive starting April 1st in store. So it wasn't something you can pre-order at all from anyone, maybe in the UK or some overseas kind of sellers. But it was for the first time, I think it was the first toy that you weren't able to pre-order. It just came out in the stores April 1st, and everyone went hunting for it. People were finding it. You see Dino and John found it in stores. And then I think a week later, It then went up on Target online for order. It was an in-stock thing. I don't think they've done that for any toy recently. Like, again, with Star Wars or G.I. Joe or Transformers or Power Rangers, it seems they're doing these little tests. Like
Maybe they
that
are.
Giant
Yeah.
Man 2-pack that was like available to order, and we're shipping it to you tomorrow.
Yeah,
And
that
people
was
got it
different.
like right away. That hasn't
I think-
happened in 20 years.
That thing with Target though is like regular, right? Like they have a release date for a product. Like those retro figures were due to be released in the middle of April or whatever they were. Because if you looked at Amazon, that's what the release date was. The
Well,
box
they weren't
that-
on Amazon in the US. Only
Yeah. Those retro
Amazon
G.I.
in
Joes
Canada.
were available on Amazon because I have them on pre-order still.
no, the retro Phantom Menace are Target exclusive in the
yeah,
US.
but I'm talking about this other thing, and I'm like,
Okay.
So when you're saying they started finding them in store and then they were available on their website, it's because the release date didn't hit yet for the website.
No, but it wasn't available for pre-order is what I'm saying. Like right now, we pre-order stuff 4 to 8 months in advance. And a lot of, unless you're Mcfarlane, it's a couple weeks in advance. He pumps
Yeah,
it
but
up
is
pretty
that a
quick.
Target thing that they didn't want that
It's
available?
all,
Or,
like, when
or did we
Marvel-
just miss the pre-order altogether?
Like Marvel, when they announced Marvel, G.I. Joe, and Transformers are all very similar. They'll do their fan streams or ways that they announce stuff on social media. They'll announce 2 or 3 figures from a wave. That wave is due in October. And then 2 weeks later, they'll announce 2 more figures from that wave that's still available in October. But you can pre-order them the next day at 1 o'clock. Like every toy they've announced so far, and since I've been collecting in modern toys, for the most part, has been available to pre-order at a certain date and time, and then it ships several months later.
There was a
This was the first time they made an item that you
pre-order, and I
couldn't
can't remember what
pre-order.
that was.
You had to buy it in store. And they announced this when it was revealed. It will not be available to pre-order. It'll be available in store only, is what they said.
Yeah,
and then 2 weeks after, it did come out online.
that Indiana Jones, I don't think was available to pre-order. The Target.
Some of them, yeah.
Okay.
What was his name from Last Crusade? The one Guardian guy.
Yeah, they did not make those available for pre-order. They were like just available when they were.
And what about that deluxe Indiana Jones that came with the idol? That was Hasbro.
That was Disney.
That was
Shop
Pulse.
Disney.
That was Pulse and Shop Disney. Yeah.
But was it available for pre-order, or was it just in stock and they sold it?
I think it was pre-order.
Okay.
It's going
I
back.
don't buy
a
all
year or
toy
so,
lines, but I try to pay
but-
attention to what's
But
available.
you know what's weird, at least for the Black Series, just this past week is, I mean, I think we knew that these figures were coming. They were pipelined, but it was just like earlier in the week they had the R5D4 and Pitchroids and the BD,
Yeah, that's right.
and then the Mando. Some random websites announced that
Gizmodo and
like
Screen Rant.
right, like they just showed the box art or like the inbox pictures, and then the figures just randomly popped up for pre-order. There was no communication for
That was revealed
I mean,
by an Instagram photographer.
But you know what?
Literally, it was his first touch with Hasbro in any way, shape, or form. He's got less followers than a lot of us, and he got the exclusive reveal of that as an action figure photographer.
So the figures are still available to pre-order from Target, and that's great and whatnot. But it's just like, what weird, like why is Hasbro regressing on the communication front? They historically they were bad at the beginning, and they've gotten much better at like announcing like dates for pre-orders and times and whatnot.
I think they got it figured out in that kind of form. Like if Gizmodo or Screen Rant or any
those outlets
you don't follow reveal something within 4 minutes, Yak Face, Boss Bounty, Galactic Hunter, all your favorite YouTubers and Instagrammers are sharing it. So it's getting out there. They're getting free marketing from us in a way.
So what happened with that droid set that was announced during the week? They've done that in the past with Black Series, Hasbro, and where they'll have a stream and they'll announce a couple of reveals, and then a week or a couple of weeks later, something else will be announced. I could be wrong, but I think in this case, the announcement was left to fan channels to make because it was communicated to us that hey, look, this has just been announced by Hasbro. It's now for pre-order. So I think they tried to sort of level the playing field a little bit for the fan channels and
I
hold
agree.
back 1 or 2 items. So,
And I think
But
it's a good
they
thing,
didn't.
like,
But they didn't announce, like, they just had to reveal. They didn't say, "Oh, and by the way, this is going to be available to pre-order from Target."
or
like,
it wasn't a
at, like,
pipeline at all. Was
Yeah,
it?
but again, it
no,
was-
they
it
were
was
pipeline.
for those fan channel companies to get their circular emails out or their social media posts out to get a win and say, look, we have this pre-order with us. So I think that's like.
But those were
logic
exclusive. But those were these were at least exclusives with Target.
They were both the Target, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's weird because
But-
Target doesn't do a lot of marketing for toys in any way
And-
unless they have a yearly event or something. They might
And-
share something.
And you know what's even weirder? If you go to Target's website and you go to like the collector spot section and you click on Black Series, you can't find these figures. Like their filters are garbage. You can't,
And they got third-party sellers on all their
Right.
websites. Which
those
makes it even
the
worse.
third-party seller content for like figures like that have been out for ages are prioritized first in the list.
That's
They're
because
like,
that's a new thing over the past couple of years. Is Walmart and Target are doing that. They can, if you want to be a third-party seller and you pay to promote your post,
yeah.
you will always show up first before they're even their own product.
Yeah.
It's a new way that marketing is done. Kind of sad, but
All right, let's move on. What about these the pit droids that
Sorry,
you guys
sorry.
are talking about? Even though
So
we
these
hadn't
are-
talked yet?
So I got a question now. These are exclusive to only Target?
Correct. This set is a Target exclusive.
in the US, in Canada, it's on Amazon and GameStop and probably Toys R Us.
I think
See,
this is
I
a
don't like
And
that
in
idea.
Europe, UK, it's available at all your local independent toy retailers. So
Yeah,
make
so
sure,
the fan
make
channel
sure
is
you
going
support
to
them and
be
orders there.
Eventually,
Is this
I'll just
pipeline,
probably,
Eric,
I'll
at
probably
any time?
eventually just find it at
No.
a Target then. Just sit
I
on
think
the
this-
shelf.
this would have been a good opportunity for them to release the Paley figure with
Yes,
puppet
I
agree,
droids,
100%.
Jawa or something like that instead of
because this R5 just came out like a month ago,
yeah,
didn't it?
4
Yeah, it
droids
did.
we already
Okay,
got.
okay, everyone sit down. I'm going to defend Hasbro.
Gonna do it again?
So I thought when I initially saw the promo pic for this, I thought I was going to be upset because I'd only gone out and bought R5D4 a couple of months ago. But this guy comes with the rocket boosters, right?
And
Well,
they
it's
can
an
go on R2.
So to me, probably stupid logic. The R5D4 I got is for my original trilogy display.
And this will be
This
for
one-
Mando.
This one's going to slot in with my Mando, so I can justify it to myself. I think it's cool that we're getting the pit droids. I'm not sure. I'm not too
They're
gone on
cool
the
droids.
right
I
from
do
the
like
ground.
I want the pit droids because I don't have Black Series scale pit droids.
Yeah, so
they
Yeah,
came
because
out
you
with
need to buy those
like
multi-packs at
And
Disneyland
plus,
or whatever,
as
right?
well, I think this is only €43 or something, so it's not as
For-
expensive.
45 US, yeah.
45, well, maybe €45, but even at that, it's not an extortionate price for a collector to pick it
Yeah.
up. Because even if
Yeah,
you
it's
just
like-
want the pit
It's
droid,
3 half-size figures and then like a rinky dink.
so I think this was a great set. I think it was a great announcement, and yeah, there you go. I'm defending Hasbro Toys tonight.
Okay, well,
But
I
again,
do like the
this
idea
is-
of the extra pit droids.
Good
That's
point,
for sure.
Brian.
The thing
Because
is,
I've
though,
never
is
seen the R5 at
this-
retail, and it might be another opportunity, right?
This is probably one of those things too, where like down the road we're gonna get a pit droid 2-pack that's separate from this, just like they're
That's
doing
weird,
the.
man.
Because
No,
they
like
did. What
they
did they do? They did the. Didn't they do the 3PO and the beef, the super battle droid?
They
And we
already
were all
did
like-
it. They already
We were
did
all
a
like,
pack.
crap.
It's
and
the
now they've
Galaxy's
done
Edge.
Yeah, the
And now
Galaxy,
they've done the super battle droid by itself, right?
but they already have a pack with a pit droid in it,
Yeah, and the little BD1, he already
Right.
came out too.
right? So
We'll
I
just
don't think they're
repaint it a
going to
little
do like
differently.
just a 2-pack of the pit droids. I think you may see them again if they do the Paley
I never
figure.
got
They'll
a pack
probably
with a
add
pit droid.
her
in
in
with a-
and just give her like some pit droids.
Came
I
with
never got a
Salacious
pack
Rum
with a
and
pit droid.
came with Salacious Rum and a mouse droid or
No,
something
I
like.
didn't get that pack. I don't know
It
where
was
Because
that
it's
a
at
pack.
Disneyland
Park
only.
exclusive.
Yeah.
Well,
Disney
that's
Park.
not in retail. I'm talking. It's going to be at Target and Walmart, like they
Oh,
did
no.
with
You could
the
get
battle.
some
Like
of
they
them
did
at-
with the
Yeah,
super
this
battle
will be
droid.
at Target, John.
It's available to pre-order now. You just have to do a little searching on Target's website to
I
find
don't
it.
pre-order. From
You have
Target
to like
because I don't
power
like
the internet for the
Or
link
just
directly to
click
it.
many people's links directly to them.
I don't pre-order from Target or Walmart because they always come whenever they ship it to you. It's broken. It's in a
Plus, they
wet-
hold your
it's
Target
in a
holds your
bag.
Do
money.
you?
It
Target
shows up
Target.
in a bag that was out in the rain. It's soaking wet.
Yeah, I saw that from Dino the other day. Like, that's terrible.
See Dino's thing.
Yeah.
Like, how do they still have a job if that's what they do? Like, it's
All right, and then this is Target exclusive.
Yeah.
now again, was this
Giveaway
pipelined?
private tier.
Yes.
No,
Yeah,
Wait,
it was.
eh?
you knew
Yeah, it
they
was.
were going to repaint Mandalorians.
But I remember the picture they showed. It had a totally different color. It wasn't a blue Mando.
No, it was
It was
blue.
like red and
It was-
gold.
No, it was blue.
Okay.
They pipeline this.
Did they?
Yeah, yeah.
They
Mandos
have a
are
different
popular,
version
so
too, right?
I guess
Sorry?
it looks okay.
They have a different version of this guy too, right? Like another Mandalorian.
Well, they had the Death Watch one that,
yeah, that's like not too
And
many.
the fleet commander guy, like
and then the female one that
Axe Woes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
why are
that
they
was a
all
Walmart.
I have enough Mandalorian.
Like, why are they all blue? Why did they just make this one like brown and red guy?
Because they're from a clan, I think.
They like blue.
This is coming from the Axe Wolves and what's her name, Bo-Katan's group.
Yeah, so I mean the Night Owls or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
I
they're
remember in the show there were a bunch of them with green and brown and
Yeah,
Well, that was
it would have
the-
been cool if they made another color, is what I'm thinking too.
Yeah,
yeah.
that would be nice. Yeah, because there was loads of different guys
Yeah,
at the
different
starts
colours
on the
there.
side.
Slightly different helmets. And
Oh,
this has
this
still
is
not ever
cool.
been pipelined.
This
I
one,
like the-
this has been like talked about. This is just going to go up for sale at a random date.
Well, they
Yeah.
probably plan to
On May,
pipeline it
probably
eventually.
May 4th. They're going to say, by the way, the past 2 years, you've all known Kiadi Mundi is coming out. He's for sale
available
now.
to order, and
Yeah.
it'll be
Because he
delivered
will
next
be in
week.
the same case assortment as the last 3 or 4 figures you were able to pre-order. So like Hammerhead,
Yeah.
Super Battle
I think
Droid.
that guy will be available really soon. Not to
It
Do you
will
think
be.
they'll
They're
ever?
already
Do you
in
think
hand.
they'll
People
ever
have
do
them in
like
hand.
Opa Rancis and
Yariel Poof
Jarl
People
Poof?
in
Yeah,
Japan
I
already
want
have
those
them all.
guys too.
and even Peel.
Yeah, even Peel. Yeah, let's get all of them.
Yeah.
I like that he's coming out. I can't wait to get this one. I want to play
Yeah.
with my other Jedi, Clone Wars Jedi.
Now,
Get a
why does the
Yaddle.
mural art make it look like he has a red lightsaber?
I know it does.
What's the Attack of the
It's kind of a
Clones
cool
color?
picture though.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of Highlander style. Like
Yeah.
All right.
I got a lot of extra cloaks. We can put a cloak on it.
Skullomania action figures from Storm Collectibles. Does anybody have any Storm Collectibles?
No,
No.
not.
No.
They're not available in Canada at retail, as far as I know.
not a big fan.
Green.
Yeah. I didn't
Is
even
it
know.
6-inch, 7-inch?
6-inch figures. I mean, it looks
What
cool, but I
licenses
mean,
do
like,
they make?
I like the two different head sculpt things with the
I
eyes.
think
That's cool.
they're just so bloody
Oh, yeah.
expensive.
Yeah, they're like $70.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're from or whatever. This is somebody's imagination.
Although I
Like-
question the anatomy. I mean, look at its spine. It's like going off to the left.
That's some scoliosis.
Yeah.
That's the mania part of it.
Like, where's the back brace?
I didn't even
accessory?
notice that, John, until you pointed it out. Where's his other teeth?
I guess that is the mania part of it. Yeah, you're right.
Northern Nomad bankruptcy.
Cool
Storm
name.
Collectibles equals bankruptcy.
Like, it's a cool figure, but like 70 quid is just a bit of a
Yeah.
big ass.
I got a
collecting.
Fortnite figure that looks better than that. That's kind of skeleton looking.
Yeah, and he glows in the dark too.
Oh, does
If you
he?
got the
That's
same one I
right. Yeah,
do,
there was
yeah.
a Fortnite
well,
one. Yeah.
This is $70.
I think it's 60. This one's 60.
That's a
And-
piss take.
The Fwoosh makes a $50 skeleton that looks pretty badass. I've seen some reviews on YouTube. It's very posable, multiple heads with opening jaws and stuff. And the Mythic Legions that Vern hates, they also have a whole bunch of skeletons coming out in the very near future that look
Have you guys
pretty
seen
cool,
my
too.
Mythic Legions video that I did for the figures?
No,
that
I'm assuming-
finally showed up.
I'm assuming that you didn't make a video because they haven't showed up yet.
Yeah.
Am I right?
There you go. So much for in stock.
Wow. You haven't canceled then, eh?
They won't let me.
They wouldn't
without
let you
charging
cancel.
me.
Refuse delivery and say you never got it.
Eric, that's their cheapest figure.
No, they just showed up.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad they
My
finally.
video
showed up.
is going to be me going, "Hey, I ordered these in February," and then I'm going to drop them in my trash can.
As long as Jim McDonald didn't sign for them.
He did.
I might have. I need to
I
check
have all of ours.
All right. Anyways, and then you got these
These are awesome.
Oh, is that a
What is
cat? Oh
this?
my gosh!
Kajus. They're $67.99 each over at Big Bad Toy Store.
And
Oh
how
my
slow are they?
They're quite cool, and they're Big Bad Toys store exclusive. So I wonder if that means they sell a lot of toys, or this is super limited in North America, because I'm assuming it's sold elsewhere overseas and stuff. But how did they not call these Catzilla? Like, was that name already trademarked?
Well, I don't know. They call them Kaju, right?
Cat Jew.
No, K-A-I-Jew.
I think they call them Cat Jew with the C. But why not Catzilla? Like, that name is awesome.
Yarmulke sold separately.
It's so cool. I love oddball toys like this. Multiple
Yeah,
heads.
Someone's got to do a custom with the orange one for Garfield.
Garfield. Yeah.
So,
I think these are really awesome looking.
so the thing is, I think Kaiju or whatever means like a beast or something like that.
Yeah.
That's why they're calling
Yeah.
them kitty Kaju, because they're like strange beasts.
Kitty Kaiju. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not Godzilla, it's a beast, right? And
But
it's
it is Godzilla with a cat's head, literally,
it's
and a cat's tail.
It's a kitty. Yeah,
He's got the same colored spines on the back from the movie. Come on, man.
You guys are gonna run right out.
It
and
appeals.
order-
Basically, this
order these.
appeals to Cat, who
Yeah.
likes cats and likes Godzilla. So
If you like cats and Godzilla, this is for you.
there's enough people, I think, man.
Oh.
If you
And
don't
cool photography.
if you like Godzilla but you hate cats, this still might be for you because they're
And I
like,
guarantee they will sell more because they have good photography of the
God.
products.
Hilarious.
It's Godzilla with a cat's tail.
These are great.
God bless the people who decide to make a product like this and
Right.
think that they're gonna like make a profit, and this is a successful business model. Let's
Who's
make some
next?
ultra
Who's next in
niche
line?
product. Yeah.
right.
Did you see they even have a separate diorama base? You can
Yeah.
get-
Do they really?
Yeah.
And zero
Yeah.
licensing fees for this, unless
Well, that's
it's
true.
from a
yeah.
comic creator who owns Godzilla or whatever. But I think it's fun.
Well,
Super
because it's
fun.
not Godzilla. It's
That's what I mean. Like it's a good way to save 20% of your profit.
Yeah.
Create your original IP.
all right.
Wow.
And then
None of us pre-ordered it, but it's still cool, right?
Well,
These are-
I don't know. I might be able to get one.
these are renders of the ramen
Ramen
tank
Toy.
thing. There's a video he's got on his site that shows the tracks. He drives the little tank over like a stack of papers and stuff like that. It looks
Yeah,
really
he's going all in on these, eh?
The thing is like it's interesting to me that he's got so many products that he's teasing, right? They've got so many products that they're teasing, and I'm like, how far out? Considering this, they're taking a prototype of this to Joe Fest, and they're just getting ready to ship the ramen racer. I mean, think about how long ago that HasLab was, and when they first started teasing they were going to do a ramen racer. And I know that they're doing packaging for the Aces and the Marshall. So how far? And he's delayed the pre-orders on the Dioraman, right? The
Yeah,
Musk.
he's changing it up a little.
So what? I mean, how far out do you think we're waiting for, say, the A-Team van?
Before Christmas, he said.
Okay, he said
So
that.
For
That's what he
pre-order.
said, but so basically next spring.
is he?
Well,
I have a question about those
for
tanks.
pre-order yet,
If you
isn't it?
bring that picture back up.
But
Is
I've
he
designed
making-
stuff for Gentle Giant well over a year and a half ago that they haven't even revealed yet. So it does take time. Like
Is he
Like
making
Ramen
three
Toy
separate
being a
vehicles,
smaller
or is this
company,
one
he doesn't
I
have
think it's
like
going to be
20
one tank body with options, John.
with
That's what
three
I.
different options? Yeah,
That's what I feel like.
because I'm
it's gonna
saying
be.
like the twin guns that are at the lower part of the Wolverine are in the bridge layer right there. They're under the bridge. You can see them.
Yeah, I think
And
it's
then-
a modified top.
And then that middle part where the two pilots sit on the Wolverine, if you pop that off, you can stick the turret right there.
Yes,
because
it's just one.
the
It's
same-
one tank.
Yeah, so it's just got three different ways of positioning
which is I think smart on his behalf to make it multi-purpose, right? Like here's a reason for you to buy 3 of these things to be straight up. Like he's pretty. We're a fan of it. Like we've had him on the show, and at first it was a bridge layer, right? And then it was a bridge layer with another thing for 2 cockpits, and he changed it up. He listened to some fans and some ideas, and he's listening, and it's. I wish him all the best. I think he's.
I think they look fantastic.
Did he change the turret on the tank? It looked like it was a single turret.
Yeah,
I think
the green version showed the railgun tank.
There's a railgun option, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's pretty big. So if it's 2% scale smaller, like it's the same thing Hasbro or Star Wars would do with their vehicles. Like they can't actually go to scale. These things would take up your whole bedroom or whatever, right?
The bridge looks like it's to scale. It looks like you could probably drive the Ramen Racer over that bridge.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all. He knows what he's doing.
That's the railgun cannon tank.
Same with the sewer.
Like remember the Gloob 18 tank?
Yeah. And same with that. My point here, like with the sewer set, maybe he adjusted that a little bit so you can fit a bread car or a bridge layer underneath it, kind of thing. Like maybe he raised it a centimeter. He said he had to do some tweaks, but so I think he's taking a lot of this stuff into consideration. Like, will the airplane pilots fit in this? Like, not just Valaverse and GI Joes, but other toys he's making.
Yeah. Did you see his car tease that he did like a week or so ago?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a Firebird or a.
Let me see if I can find it on my
DeLorean. It's hard to tell.
Where'd you post it?
What?
Where did you post it?
So I don't have Facebook, but you can still go check out his Facebook. You can still go check out Ramen Toys on Facebook even without a Facebook. So sometimes I cruise over to Facebook and I look at some of these guys.
Some people think it's a Ferrari, right?
I absolutely 100% think it's a Ferrari.
Oh, I did see it. Yeah, the
kind of surprising because I don't see a huge market for it, and to be straight up honest, I think they're one of the first companies that would go after you for copyright infringement, even if you don't put a logo on it. Like there, companies like that don't like it to even appear on a TV show.
Magnum PI, yeah.
So I totally think because it's got that opening right there, it's not the Knight Rider car, which was some guesses, and then it's kind of flat right here behind the front seats, which is similar to the way the back of that Ferrari would be. It's got like the only thing is it's not open on the roof, which that throws me off a little bit.
It is for sure an IROC or a Trans Am.
No, I think
it could be both. He's already kind of said he's thinking about making a mass vehicle in this larger 6-inch scale. So
yeah, but he's saying that he actually said in his post, he goes, something from the 80s. If you look at the Knight Rider car, this definitely wouldn't be the Knight Rider car because of that rear window piece.
You see how he's put the water bottle there?
Yeah.
He put that there for a reason. It's to block the front light portion.
No.
That's a left coast theory, and it has a roof.
Okay, hold on.
The Ferrari F40 doesn't have a roof.
But look at the back end. That's not a Knight Rider back end.
It's the exact same back end. It's a hatchback, just like
it's not a hatchback.
And Firebird and
no. If you look at the Knight Rider car, hold on. If you look at the Knight Rider car, there's no triangle right there. There's no rear window. It immediately is just a rail, and then the window, the bubble.
See, if you knew the difference between an IROC and a Firebird, that's the difference. Is that little window and louvers on the back window that make it look like it's not a window. Basically the same car.
What are you talking about if I don't know the difference between...
Well, there's Pontiac Firebird and Chevy IROCs are basically the same car. But they're made by
You're not talking
Pontiac
about, we're talking about Knight Rider's vehicle, which does not have that window.
I'll throw in one more.
On Firebirds and IROCs. So the Knight Rider car is a little different than the IROC Z mask car. But he can do they're the same body style with modifications though.
The only other car this could be is
Fiero.
Could be a Lamborghini Countach, but I just don't see a market for those cars.
Well,
And I
it's
think
doing
it's
a mass
about-
vehicle.
Look at the
It could
front
be the
end
one
right
that was
here.
never
Yeah, man.
released.
This is definitely not.
Do you think he accidentally just left that water bottle there while he took this
No,
teaser
he did
photo?
it. He did the water bottle for scale. So you
Yeah,
knew how
that's
big
why
it
he
was.
put the water bottle there. It's
Yeah,
a
it's for
tease.
scale. But he
Anyways,
could be doing the mask vehicle that was never released because everybody wants that vehicle.
No, because he said it's like another 80s.
it's not a Fiero.
Yeah,
No.
but it would have been an 80s car
Pull up
because
the-
that
pull up-
mass vehicle was never released and it was an 80s car.
Pull up the
that Fiero looks like a
nightmare video.
Corvette in the front. That was funny looking.
I'm
You know,
telling
I
you,
almost
it could
bought
be-
one
could
of
be a
those
Fiero.
Magnum PI. I almost bought a Magnum PI Ferrari.
Have you seen that they
Right
made those
before-
Fieros converted to a Ferrari? Like
Right
You
before
add a
I left
body
New
kit?
York, there was a guy selling one for $20,000, and I test drove it like 3 times and kept going back and forth as to whether or not I needed to spend the money on it or not. And I finally decided no. And then like about a year later, I regretted it. I was like, "Damn it! Why didn't I buy that damn Ferrari for $20,000? That would have been cool."
there was.
So it would have
did
been
you
in the
guys ever
shop
see those?
every other day.
Yeah, right.
It
Yeah.
would have been
They made a
$80,000
body
into
kit for
repairs
Fieros
this
to make it
page.
look like a Ferrari. It was funny, but they existed. I saw them driving around.
Yeah, no, they did. Yeah, they had Fieros that looked like Ferraris. Yeah.
Like I said, I just don't think it'll be a Ferrari because you can't use their name or likeness or anything.
Yeah,
like
well,
that's a
okay,
big
so it won't
no-no.
be called a Ferrari, Rick.
No, but even to make it look like
one.
it.
It'll be called the.
Like they tried to sue Miami Vice because they didn't use the specific car or whatever they wanted, so they faked it, and then they made a deal and used the actual Ferrari.
It's going to be a DeLorean anyway, so we're all wrong.
Yeah, it could be a DeLorean. That's the other one I was thinking. It could
The other
be.
thing too, he actually said was he's not making a DeLorean because one exists.
What?
Tomy makes a 6-inch scale DeLorean, so he's not going to make things that exist.
What do you mean
Okay.
they make a 6-inch scale DeLorean?
There's a company that exists. They're called Tomy. They have a 6-inch scale DeLorean that's either out or up for pre-order. So he's not going to make something that already exists.
Well, he might. I mean, like he
Well, he
may
said he
decide,
wouldn't
let me
on
make you the
on this show.
affordable version.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think it'd be pointless to make a DeLorean that doesn't light up, though. That's
Oh, okay. So
kind of
anyway,
the biggest feature about it, right?
this is how
There's one
sure
for
I am
sale
it's going to
right
be a
now.
Ferrari.
There's one. There's a.
I'll bet you an action figure. Oh, that head looks great.
Oh,
There's a
wow.
DeLorean
Looks like
for
Dan.
sale right now down here that's done up like the Back to the Future car. It's right
This
down
is
the road.
the
Throw my
Special Ops Condor figure. I just painted the shirt red and then made my own
Ruined it completely.
flowery
If he did
design.
make a Magnum car, Vern, would you get it?
What?
That means you would get it, right? If he did make that.
Yeah, because I mean, Magnum's got to drive something around.
Is that the Chuckles body?
No, the Action Force version. The
Oh,
Condor.
okay. That looks
Yeah.
awesome. The head's great.
Now it's worth
Yeah,
it.
you did good. How'd you get
Is
that?
that the same guy that did the $6 million man?
No, this is a different one that I got off of eBay, and then
that
I was
was
painting them up yesterday.
He kind of looks like Dandy, man, to be honest.
Yeah, he just had a
The
thicker
problem is-
mustache.
The problem is I did two of them, right? But this one for some reason was narrower, so it's not fitting down over the neck because I wanted to do like a second version where he's in the outfit, like when they did the war scenes or whatever, where he
You
had
did a great job painting those ones, Vern.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
top notch.
Like something different about the eyes than your $6 million man.
Yeah, I did.
Did you
these
use a
two.
magnifying glass to paint them?
So I did a couple extra of these, but I didn't flock them.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
Whoa.
That's from the same guy, right?
Yeah, and then
That looks really good. I haven't seen pictures of that yet.
Yeah, I haven't put any up, just finishing them, and then hold on, let me show this other one that I did.
G4 said it looked like Sith Care Bear.
Oh, look at that! Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
That's cool.
Oh, he's broken now.
So
All the flocking came off.
He slipped
yeah,
on the
well, I
ice.
didn't flock this one yet, and I'm thinking if I'm going to or not.
You did a great job.
Probably not advisable to be a ginger and snow outfit. Right.
Well, that's
Like
the
you'd
thing,
stick
it's
out like a
like-
sore thumb.
So I made a custom.
White camouflage is kind of wasted, isn't it?
Don't job originally.
I did a head. I made a Boba Fett bobblehead,
Oh, look at that.
Oh, very good.
and I totally assumed that I could make his helmet removable. So
they had to search for the Yeti
so I hollowed it out, but it doesn't fit.
figure that came out. So he's got the reddish hair. That's why I did it.
He
Boba
looks like
Fett
a
bobblehead, huh?
like a boy band singer.
This guy.
No, his Vern's
Bye
guy,
bye
right?
bye.
With the big, he's got the big necklace with the huge thing on it, like the
So
giant
that's
clock.
the GI Joe.
He does.
Yeah, it's like in 90s. Yeah.
Yeah, the GI Joe dog tag piece.
That Seth Rogen movie where they're dancing in credits. Bye bye bye.
Sonny
Can't
had
remember what movie.
the Playmobil Magnum PI Ferrari. I didn't realize that it was
Yes.
still available.
Yeah, they had that Playmobil.
Yeah.
One. Nice.
It's
Okay.
it's very well made too. Like
It
but
looks
it's
good.
officially licensed too, right?
Right.
Unlike the GMC van is not. The 18 van is not licensed to the vehicle maker. The Trans Am is. What else they got? James Bond, Bentley, not Bentley, but Aston Martin is officially licensed. The VW vans and cars. So the licensing to the vehicles is pretty important, I think. Except for the 18 van, they got away with that.
Okay. All right. Anyways,
You didn't hit on the biggest news of the decade, right?
The decade?
what is
Yeah,
Hammerhead?
like Taylor Swift put out a new album last.
No. She put out 2 albums, a double album,
Oh, right, it was a double album. Yes.
and everybody and
Right.
all the fans stayed up all night.
Oh, the whole place went crazy. The internet shut down.
It did.
Our internet turned off yesterday, and I was like, "What the heck's going on?" And it was like, "Oh, Taylor Swift
must have been
released
that-
Taylor
the
Swift's
double
in
album
town.
an
release.
album." That's what happened. Yeah.
Insane.
All right. Who wants to play Name It in 30 seconds?
We got a full house today.
Oh, I'll play.
Well, I can't fit anybody else in, so
Yeah, so me and Eric will play.
all right. Eric, ready?
Eric's like, "What the hell?"
What's going on?
All right. So Eric
Eric might need to sit this one.
versus John
What's
in the new game called Name It in 30 seconds. Let me get my
Okay.
timer.
I'm unaware of what
Eric
What
gets
are
to
we
go
doing?
first.
Okay, Eric goes
It's
first.
easy if you know the answers.
All right, Eric. What's going to come up on the screen is going to be a challenge, and I'll read it to you. It'll be like name as many as you can in 30 seconds type of thing. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Like,
And
save as many
then
vowels.
I'll turn on my timer, and you have 30 seconds, and everybody else besides John will keep count, and we'll decide which ones of your answers would be disqualified and which ones won't, because we disqualified a bunch of Ricks a couple of weeks ago.
So he'll tell you the rules after you're done.
Try to
Eric.
do like
Yeah,
Star
yeah.
Trek 1, Star Trek 2, Star Trek, but that's not
Okay.
titles.
Oh,
of the
so they
show.
get rules beforehand. I see.
Well, that was the first
He
time.
invented
Rick.
the
That
rules
was the first
after
time.
I played the
Okay.
game.
And truthfully, Rick says he knows everything, so he should have known the rules before we got started.
And the game was named after me originally too.
It was.
I'm protesting this game.
All right, so let me
I missed a few weeks, so sorry.
timer.
Protest.
30 seconds. Name it in 30 seconds. You can see I put loaded 30 seconds on there.
Yeah.
And then you guys ready? All right, Eric's going first. Name as many TV shows featuring an iconic vehicle. Go.
Flintstones, the Knight Rider, 18 vehicle. X-Men with the Blackbird, I guess. Oh, iconic vehicle in the TV. I don't know. Just end it.
Get one more in. One more.
Yeah.
Okay, time's up.
I think he got 4.
4.
4. Which ones did he forget?
Well, you could have
And
named
Starsky and
Airwolf.
Hutch, maybe.
Yeah, you
Rockford
could have named
Files.
Starsky and Hutch,
Thunder.
Airwolf,
Yeah,
Blue Thunder.
Airwolf, Night,
Thunder.
Knight Rider,
Beachcombers.
Wingstop.
He said
Oh, I
Nightmare.
guess Yeah.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard. Yeah.
The real Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Chips.
Look, Gary, we could have given
Chips.
you the answers, Rick, and it still wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
The most obvious, Rockford Files.
Yep, there you go. Rockford Files, Fall Guy, Riptide.
Starsky and Hutch.
I think
Fall
even
Guy had
Simon
his
and
truck,
Simon
yeah,
had that
that's
big
We need some shows from the
right?
40s and 50s, Vern.
Yeah.
You know, he could have went really crazy with Knight Rider 2000, Knight Rider, Knight Rider.
Transformers.
Oh, look at that, Brian. Emergency Squad 51. All right.
Fall
Yeah.
Guy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, John, you ready?
Okay,
All right.
I'm not going to get any of these.
Name as many buddy cop shows as you can.
Okay, I guess Starsky and Hutch, Dragnet, buddy cop shows, like TV show. Yeah, was there?
That is a tough one.
Yeah, was there more buddy cop shows? Reno 911. What's that? What's that show? With the yeah, I don't know. I don't know this one.
That's tough.
Ah.
I think I had it easier. That
Well, I don't know. Think about buddy cop shows. I mean, you're like, oh, look, Hardcastle and McCormick. I
Yeah,
guess somebody
Hardcastle
would
and
say,
McCormick.
well, they're not really cops. Batman 66. Somebody's saying
Batman.
Thunder in Paradise, right? You got
Miami
saw
Vice,
that
were they
one.
buddies?
Oh,
I'm throwing
chips.
I'm throwing
Chips.
chips in for this one,
You
too.
said
Steven said
Dragnet,
chips
and I thought for
earlier.
sure you were going to say Adam 12.
Yeah, I could have said Adam 12. Yeah.
I can't think of much more off the top of my head.
It's
21
SWAT.
Jump Street
Yeah,
channel?
SWAT
Yeah,
was
21
good.
Cagney and Lacey.
Cop show.
Yeah,
Any cop
Cagney
show
and
is about.
Lacey.
Yeah.
Simon and Simon, yeah, that was a good one. too.
Simon and Simon, yeah.
Simon
Yeah.
and Simon. Yeah.
Maybe it should have been Detective.
Scooby Doo.
Yeah. All right, you ready? You ready,
Scooby-Doo.
Eric?
All right, Clyde, you
You're
had it there.
leading 4-2.
there more rounds?
Or
Okay.
Eric.
Round 2. Ready? All right. Name as many movies featuring John Travolta as you can. Go.
Saturday Night Fever, Face Off, what Punisher, one of the Punisher movies. That was John Travolta in. There's like a Christmas movie I remember. I can't.
Oh, come on.
I honestly I'm thinking what the hell is he actually in?
Oh, would you look who's talking?
Wow.
What was his first movie?
He got 3. Pulp Fiction and what's that space movie?
Oh
Saturday
my
Night
The
god!
alien
Battlefield
movie.
Earth.
What's
Oh my god! Grease and
the,
yeah.
Grease.
Saturday Night
Was he in
Fever.
Grease? Yes.
I got
He did
Saturday Night Fever.
Night. He
But
did
Connor said, look
did
who's
he?
talking.
I counted 3.
I was trying to make it sound like an insult, but give him a hint at the same
He
time.
was in that freaking what was the alien movie that everybody saw? Not saw.
Bat-
Michael
Battlefield
Spaceships.
Yeah,
Pulp
I'm
Fiction.
embarrassed I didn't name Pulp Fiction. but
Equalizer.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction.
I'm at it. Yeah, okay.
All right. All right.
Not
The
Battlefield.
last
Pressure's
30
on.
movies. The last 30 movies he's made, nobody's watched. Battlefield Earth, that's one of them, right?
Was it
Yeah.
Battlefield Earth?
Yeah.
Is that the one
Or
with
Battlefield.
Where he
the? They
wears
made
the
it
hilt.
into
Well,
He was
technically
a
that's a
Klingon.
documentary, but
video game with the
we'll get into that.
cats, the cat aliens.
Well, that's where they're trying to get the gold out of the Fort Knox or something, right?
There was what was it like the
He was in
Hogs,
Galactica?
Wild Hogs he was in, yeah.
Oh, Wild Hogs.
Was John Travolta in Galactica?
No.
I don't remember that one.
All right, John, you ready?
Welcome Back,
Oh,
Clara.
all right,
That's
I
not
gotta
a movie, though.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Name as many movies featuring Nick Cage as you can.
What
Oh,
the
this is a
hell?
bit easier.
He was in Ghost Rider. He was in Raising Arizona, I think. He was in that 23 movie. Was it called 23? Is it just called 23? He was in that
20.
3, 2.
This
Wow.
one's a bit easier. I wish I had this one. Yeah.
He was
count of
also
2.
in Face Off.
Face Off. Was he in Face Off also?
48 hours.
Not
Another
forgetting the
48
cinematic
hours.
classic that is Con
48
Air.
hours, part 3.
Kind of, yeah.
in 48 hours.
The Rock.
I think
The
so.
The
Rock.
Rock, yeah.
I thought that was Eddie Murphy.
Valley Girl.
With the white guy. It was Trading Places. Sorry, that's
The Weatherman.
Oh
was in
yeah,
Trading
National
Places, right?
Yeah,
National
National
Treasure.
Treasure.
National Treasure. Yeah.
National
I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a stage, and it must have been for about a
He
year and a
was in
half.
Snake
yeah,
Eyes.
Snake
Every
Eyes.
time you rented a
Renfield.
video,
Renfield.
When
there
was
was a
he in
trailer for
Snake Eyes? I don't
Raising
remember him
Arizona on
being
it.
in a
Oh,
G.I.
Snake
Joe
Eyes.
movie.
Gone in 60 Seconds.
Oh my
Yep.
God, how
Yep.
did I miss that one?
I don't remember him
Millimeter.
being in that movie at all.
There was that movie with Pedro Pascal.
What
Recently.
Mar-
I can't
He was
remember
in
the
a
name
Marvel
of it.
movie
Treasure,
too, wasn't
yeah.
he?
He was
Not-
going to be. He was going to
Not
be
Daredevil,
Superman.
but or not Deadpool.
He was
What-
going to be Superman. Remember?
Did you get half
Yeah.
a point for Superman?
No.
He was in the Flash. He was actually Superman in the Flash. So that
Yeah.
He was in some
Oh
other
yeah,
superhero
not
movie
the.
as like his
I see. Not the
like
not the
mechanic
GI
or
Joe
something.
Snake Eyes. It was the other.
Used to be.
Yeah, not the GI Joe Snake Eyes. It was
Yeah.
that other Snake Eyes movie. Okay, yeah.
Oh, look at that.
So we're
Sunny
done.
8
So-
So 8mm.
Vegas,
Yeah, I think-
leaving Las Vegas.
I think Eric won, didn't he?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
did by 1 point. Anyways, you guys got anything coming up this week?
Toys for sale. I got lots of toys for sale.
Rick selling toys.
Yeah, I just sorted out 180 GI Joe parts.
Wow.
All these little tiny parts that are individually bagged now are going up for sale.
Stay
You forgot
tuned.
to label
for the
them.
Exclusive.
I know. I gotta. I gotta. finish
Hour
labeling them
GI
all.
Joe separation of parts video.
So
Eric,
next
you-
Saturday, Vern, is next Saturday, May the 4th? No, that's
next
two
Saturday
Saturdays from now.
is May the 4th.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay. So I don't know what time the Hasbro presentation is.
Uh-huh.
If it's before our 12 o'clock show or after, but maybe adjust it to be a little bit after if possible, or I don't know. Up to
Are
you.
they doing a weekend stream?
Well, they're announcing what the HasLab is on May the 4th, which is Saturday. It's
Yeah,
all
I
pre-recorded.
wasn't sure if they were.
Black Series X-Wing, Black Series
I'm-
X-Wing, Black Series
I
X-Wing.
think I'm actually gone on May the 4th. There's a Star Wars convention going on down here.
You know what?
Well, no, the
And-
movies come out too, right?
That's like 5 minutes from my house. So
All
I'm
right.
gonna,
Is
I'm gonna
anyone
go
going to see the movies May the 4th?
I'll see the Phantom Menace. Yeah, I'll go see Phantom Menace again. But I'm not going to
Really?
sit there
That's a
for
lot
the
of work,
whole.
John. You got a
whole
lot
pile.
of prepping to do.
Hey, we went.
It would be
and
cool
saw-
to see any of the Star Wars movies in the theater again. Like
Yeah.
the Phantom
Well,
Menace would be cool, but
plus,
I think
you know,
That cool to go
for-
see the Last Jedi in the theater again.
Never
If
again.
I actually
Never
wait and I
again.
don't shower for like 2 or 3 days and then go see the Phantom Menace,
then no one will sit
it will
beside you.
smell so bad. No one will sit next to me. I won't be crowded.
The problem is no one may be sitting next to you anyways.
I got to give a shout out to
Phantom
Josh
Menace.
McNair for this awesome.
That's the
Phantom
t-shirt.
Menace
Yeah, I was
shirt.
gonna wear mine too, and I forgot.
Nice.
Little anniversary logo. Yeah, man, that was awesome. Thank you, buddy.
Nice.
That's really cool. All right, well, if that's it, then we are out of here, and we'll see you guys next week on the Toy Duo
Do you want me to
team.
fly away out of here?
Thanks for hanging, everybody.
Collect them all and let them breathe.
Toys, 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 manly toys, 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 toys,
Let them
toys, 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 toys.